Hello, and welcome to the Salty Dragon Tavern. We are once again back at it, playing some Stars Without Number. We had some players who had life happened, and so we got pushed back a bit. But why not? We're gonna jump on in and start right away. So, when last we saw our party, they had made.
Can I interrupt real quick before you start?
Oh yes, of course. There's a thing. By all means.
So, I am going to post on Facebook right now to our page a bingo, which you can partake in. Bam! It has been posted. First person to get bingo gets a sub. Free sub. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
I will gift it to them.
Are you meant to hand all participants randomized bingo cards?
What?
Isn't that how bingo works?
Nah. It's just
No.
if you're watching, you'll have a like if you watch from earlier or you participate from earlier, you have a higher chance of winning the bingo. And it's about paying attention more than anything.
Yeah.
And having bingo already pre-typed in the chat.
Hey,
Very
I
true.
mean,
Hey, look, you're already on the way to success.
I don't judge,
I'm a smart boy here.
Okay.
but there will be a discussion as to whether we think it's a legitimate bingo.
Right.
'Cause we
Let
get to each
us
other. Now I'll stop interrupting.
begin. Last time the party successfully made it past the pirates onto the very heavily populated oceanic world of Kandriotis. There, they realized that some kind of calamity had befallen the planet, causing a large variety of nanobots to be spread across this walled-off exclusion zone. And more recently, these nanobots have been forming more complex shapes and have been striking out towards these populated areas. Upon reaching out to Locky's old crew, they were able to find Tasi, who was comatose in a medical facility. This facility is part of a government-run branch called Pavlikakis organization, whose responsibility is combating and mitigating the threat of nanobots on the planet. Dr. Charles, Pym, and a few others got to work as soon as they could, trying to figure out a solution to this problem. And after a few hours of brainstorming, it was made apparent that a machine could be assembled from various failed prototypes that were made by Pavlikakis themselves. That required a trip to a nearby abandoned and falling over storage facility that had been struck by nanobots. So Catalina, Locky, and Lucia donned their armor and equipment and were accompanied by Darius and his drone. They encountered a large, terrifying mass of nanobots that lashed out and tried to consume them. Fortunately, with the help of a very well-placed Molotov cocktail, the nanobots were defeated. And that is where we ended things. I should probably take us away from this view. I didn't actually make a better map for here, because I didn't expect you guys to be here much longer. But yeah. You arrived in this place, you beat the blob monster, who is now basically just a pool of liquid metal still smoldering with hot spots in the center of a stairwell.
At that point, seeing that they've defeated it, I probably over the comms go, can you get some samples for me?
Are we sure it's dead?
If just one nanobot can multiply in the way it did, I do not wish to touch it, nor do I wish any member of the crew to touch it.
Dr. Baka, very, very serious question. Will it help Tasi to get a sample?
it is a possibility because they've never actually worked with nanobots themselves before.
How do
Okay.
we go about getting a sample safely?
This is next question. How we do this without, getting infected ourselves? I don't fancy being
If
up
it
If I
close
was
to,
able to get close enough, I might be able to analyze it so that we can transfer some sedated or held.
At
You-
that
If
point,
you
I'd
can
probably
break
turn
down-
around to the doctor in the
We
room
could
with me
grab
and go,
some
do you
that
have
are
any way
burnt to
to
crisp.
successfully grab nanobot samples?
Dr. Farr, who is in the room with you, says, "Well, it's a bit of a basic technique, but but nanobots can't break down glass. It is made of silicon."
That
Any
was
sort of glass
legitimately what I was about to say.
Glass.
Anyone have a glass bottle?
Locky, if you feel
You're
like
in a
chugging down that bottle of alcohol I
medical
gave you earlier,
storage facility. I'm
we
sure
can use
there's
this.
Done. Just open the cork and just
Charles was in the
pour
middle
it.
of
Go on.
saying that there is a.
He'll turn to everyone present and just like offer up some of it as well.
Catalina
Oh,
will
dear.
take a swig.
What kind of alcohol was this?
Very
Molotov
alcoholic.
grade.
It was minimum like 45%.
Okay,
And it was
700 years, and I'm reduced to.
Does
witnessing
Lucia
this.
have a swig as well?
it was only
Feels
a
lucky
small
like
bottle.
I think she would.
It's a small bottle, but we're
Mhm.
essentially taking shots right now. It was a Molotov
Okay.
prepared bottle, so it was, had a lid on it and everything, but it was like,
Mhm. It sounds like by far Locky is the one drinking the most. So
Yes.
could you make me the physical effect saving throw, please?
Can I ever?
You seem too excited about that.
Let's see if my rolls are any better today than they were last week.
Oh boy!
See the oh,
The
Oh,
answer
boy.
is no.
this,
You,
this
you
system
get drunk
has-
in power up. This can go well.
Lachlan, I am detecting a large amount of ethanol in your bloodstream. I suggest sitting down.
No. I'm alright. She'll be alright.
Okay, after a few minutes of Catalina and Lucia taking conservative shots and Locky just chugging the rest, you have one empty glass bottle.
I was going to say, could someone there, possibly Pim, who's not drinking the alcohol, make a perception check to see if there's glass bottles nearby?
You are currently in a staircase, so there isn't anything nearby.
Oh, okay. But they're
I
in
was
the
under
building.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a medical facility. There was chances likely to be flasks.
It's a storage facility.
It's fine.
Or-
Don't bugger me. It's alright. We had a good drink.
Catalina's gonna take the bottle or the vial off Lachlan, and because she's wearing the safety suit, she'll try and scoop it
Yeah.
up.
Okay. Can you please make me an athletics roll with, I think dexterity would work, because it's physical and you are trying to do it gingerly and carefully.
Okay, so what am I doing? An athletics?
Yeah, athletics with dexterity.
Do I add any?
I think. I don't think Locky is currently in the best position to help you, and it's for sure like it's a one-person job to use a small bottle
Oh, good.
to scoop up.
Eek.
Okay. You are able to scoop up some of the goopy, melted metallic stuff. You do get some on your suit, though.
Ah, heck. Oh, it's gross.
You just shake it off. Okay. I'm sure no one's going to have a problem with that.
It's fine. Ugh.
I can feel the bucket cringing.
Okay, let's go.
I'm sitting there watching the Argus web just going,
What? I don't deal with biochemistry nonsense crap.
Alright,
I do
alright, so
espionage and
this thing's no longer of any use to us, right?
what?
What thing?
The leftovers.
No?
No, I've got my sample. I don't know.
Right.
Yes.
This thing is. I would
Please
like
don't
to,
demolish the building. I need bits that are in there.
I would like to make a 1 meter breach hole on the creature.
Okay.
I highly advise against this course of action, Locky.
This is the first time you guys see this, but Locky takes off the plasma nozzle attached to the end of the Vesuvius, and these thin metal pipes that are all kind of tight together. The end of them just starts to fan out and forms a large cone shape. He just aims the cone directly down on top of the goopy remains of this and goes. And there's a large shudder as the building shakes. And as you pull
what
back,
are you doing?
there's a big scorched hole where it used to be.
She's bugging now, ain't she?
Okay, this is cool, but next time please give
Yes.
one.
Your mic is not working,
She
Alice.
is, buggered.
You are too far back. I could hear you from the other room, but I couldn't hear you over there.
Also, yeah.
That is cool, but next time give us warning, da? Da?
I gave you one.
I'm just
Okay,
like
but
listening
you
to
don't know
this
what
all
this
over
was.
the comms and go, "Hey, Locky, I didn't take you for the type, but buggery is pretty legal on my planet. I don't know about here."
What?
No, never mind.
Okay.
Did you say
Um,
buggery?
Buggery.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I didn't hear
Okay.
you properly.
I believe we are wasting time. With every moment that passes, Tasi
Da,
decreases
let's go
in
find
her
machine.
Yes. Let's get to it.
Yes. So after a cursory examination of the checked coordinates, you do in fact see the sealed cases that you were looking for up on the second story. No, third story, second floor. It's weird. But yes, on the second floor. It seems that a variety of some of the other cases that were nearer to where this nano creature were living have either been completely devoured or like partially like chewed on. It seems, and some just like lie open and empty. Perhaps this thing found something tasty. But yeah, you are able to find I think there's like 4 different sealed cases that contain what you need.
Are there any other...
What are the other cases?
If you're just curious to see what's around, those present can make a perception check with wisdom.
I was
Yes.
literally about to ask the same thing.
Oh yeah, now that area is cleaned out, you try and see if you can recover the memory card from my drone.
I was actually about to ask if there was any remains of the drone to bring back. Oh, I actually passed a perception check. That is my first ever successful perception check. I have a -2, damn it.
The answer is still no. It specifically says in the rules that it's destroyed. But in character, please go and get it.
I will bring back whatever smoking remains there is.
Okay. You potentially would have been able to recover something if you hadn't just Vesuvius the living hell out of the pile of nanobots.
Yeah, good point.
I didn't think the drone would be in there.
Well, it's like glomp, and then as it attacks you, it just keeps on chewing.
Where are
Yeah,
we
pretty-
on the map, Rory?
A bit gelatinous QB, isn't it?
Yeah, if you guys are on the 3rd floor, you'd be up amongst these various shelves, just crisscrossing around. Pim, you're a bit distracted by
Locky's vitals.
yeah, you're distracted by Lucky's vitals. Catalina, you are mainly able to just locate like either sealed boxes or wrecked boxes. Not much of an in between. Locky, you actually get pretty lucky, and happen upon a box that's had its lock eaten, but doesn't look like it's been opened.
Ooh. I will open it.
Okay, if you crack it open, the nearest equivalent to what you're looking at in this box is a landmine. It looks
Lucky,
It
I
looks
suggest
like-
you take this for
I
safety.
was about to say, Pim, do you know what this is? This looks fun, but probably safe to analyze it before I go touching things.
Activate the side of your scanner.
Pim, if you're curious to make me a tech post-tech roll with intelligence to see if you can puzzle out what this is.
I was going to say, what's a landmine doing in a medical?
Don't ask questions.
What a landmine! It just
No.
looks like it.
We're actually playing Left 4 Dead. It's a pipe bomb.
There we go.
Quite serviceable. If you take like a cursory glance at the components and the electronics, it looks like it does deliver a payload to a certain radius, like a landmine, but it's more designed to be like a localized EMP.
Oh, yeah.
Lucky, this appears to be a localized EMP mine that is placed in a certain area. I am not sure whether the machine gets destroyed upon use or not. I will need to study it to get a better understanding.
I don't really understand what you said, but it sounds good.
Alright, guys, let's grab
taking it.
everything we
It
can
is good.
carry and let's move out. We have more important things to do, da?
If you can get more of those, I could use it.
Oh boy.
Activating the encumbrance protocol. I am sending more power into your exosuit within.
Is more important to save Tasi. If we do not need this technology for Tasi, then go for it.
Well, can it shut down robots?
Possibly, that's what equipment that could be useful. Take it anyway. We can take it to the doctor and see what he.
Let's grab everything
I'll
we can
take it.
carry that is not damaged by nanobots, da?
I assume I'm not in the room. I'm just on local.
Yeah.
You're like half a block away because after
Yeah.
your drone got chumped, you just walk down the street a bit.
I'm talking to Lucia and Locky mostly.
Mm.
Yeah. Lucia just says, "Yes, take thing."
That one over there and that one over there is good. I'll grab these two.
okay.
Locky, you grab that one that you're fucking around with over there and that one over there as well. Is that everything?
Mhm.
Yes, I
You should be
think
able
so.
to carry 3 items, Lucky. 2
Mhm.
from the encumbrance of your suit, and 1 for you personally.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Right.
This becomes very that weird postal game where it's just a guy with the baby attached to his chest, where there's just like a box attached to your thigh, just like maglock to one thigh, a
Yeah.
box maglock to the other thigh, and you're just carrying this big one in your arms
Yeah.
as you pull it out.
See.
Locky has become Death Stranding. Yes.
Yeah.
We've essentially grabbed everything we
Ah.
can carry.
Tim, is
Mhm.
there any double copper twisted pair wire in there too?
I can run a scan if you like.
Wouldn't mind. Probably, like, you know the internet cords plugged into the back of the computers. Just rip a few of them out.
Oh boy.
Very well. I will do a scan.
All right, let's get moving before any more of those things show up.
Mm-hmm.
Duh, we don't have a lot of time.
Waiting for a roll apparently. You can find like a box of loose cabling. Probably wouldn't be too difficult, and it would contain some of the cables that Darius described.
There is a box there. Pick
just
that up. I
grab the
will
box.
redirect.
Okay. After you guys shake this place down for all it's worth, you like plod downstairs, and make your way outside. Just as you cross the threshold, you hear a loud banging sound as a large portion of the rear of the building just collapses.
I didn't do it.
One man demolition derby.
I honestly don't believe you on that one, and I didn't even see anything happen.
My friend, you
Lucky,
are one
let us
man
agree
demolition.
to disagree.
Are you
Okay.
drunk?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm
Yes.
not drunk.
He's drunk, isn't he?
Yes.
We
Nah,
may have
they
had a
are.
little bit of alcohol to,
A
ease
little
the
bit.
nerves.
We'll be right. I'm probably
Based
like,
on blood alcohol content in volume.
rather
is
than
0.6.
swaying, I'm probably
Catalina is
like
0.5.
slightly dragging the
Lucia
boots of my
0.4.
power armor instead of taking full steps.
Yeah.
It's just like sparking as you walk over the concrete.
Do you
Like
Oh,
the
boy.
only thing correcting your movement is Pim's interference to increase your dexterity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you are. I think you. How did you guys get here? It was like a taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, I think you guys caught a taxi. You should be able to hail another taxi relatively easily once you walk a few blocks to where the taxi drivers will actually pick people up.
I do like the idea of, 3 people in power armor or exosuits getting into a taxi.
Oh no, no, Catalina isn't. She's in like biohazard outfits, but for
Oh,
nanobots.
that's right,
Yeah.
I just want a living sample of this nanobot to go and drop on another planet.
Oh my god.
There are
Okay.
living samples within Tasi.
Why?
Huh?
That
I
is
have a feeling
horrible idea.
So all of those pirates had to come from somewhere, right?
Oh boy.
Probably an asteroid field, not a planet.
Oh, we can spread it over the asteroid field then.
If anybody privy to this conversation has culture criminal, you can ponder to yourself about where these pirates came from.
I'm pretty sure I do, actually.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you're the one person that does.
I have space Rhinopolis, that's it.
Yeah, I do.
Excellent. Please make me a roll.
Intelligence
Yeah, intelligence.
or wisdom?
Intelligence. It's you recalling information. You were actually entirely correct. That band of pirates called the Zerbaz Group, are based off a planet in Hex 708 called Grimhild.
Okay. I doubt it, because you've got to remember that an asteroid base can't repair their ships. At least not easily. I'm pretty sure they're from Grimhild, Doctor.
And I'm sure they're not the only people that live on that planet.
I actually don't know that.
Hmm.
But at the moment, I assume not.
At this point, the taxi you're riding in comes to an abrupt halt, as it seems there's like a small crowd of people in like standing in front of you near the cross section of a major thoroughfare. It seems if you guys like poke your heads out the window and look, there is some kind of parade going on. It's like if you listen to it, the parade itself is very quiet, but seems to be utilizing large-scale holographic projectors attached to like the tops of vehicles, and are just projecting like beautiful swirling colors up into the road as people walk by. The people physically involved in this parade are dressed in like very like rudimentary like religious raiment. It looks very Buddhist.
Normally, Locky would probably be distracted by the flashy lights, but he is on a mission, so he is going to be heading straight back.
Yeah, and at that point, the taxi driver just like changes gears, floats up about 30 meters and keeps going because it's a hover taxi. And so he keeps on going. You guys are able to make it back to the facility, no problem at all.
Oh, you're saying a hospital.
Say again?
And I'm just seeing it for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Picking up in the street.
Whoops. No, I'm doing some stuff.
Doing things.
Yoink. Flippity boop. I made a map.
Love the sound effects.
There you are. You guys are now there. In the lobby of this facility. Under normal circumstances, this security dude would insist that you guys check your weapons and equipment with him before you go any further. But since you're carrying the important equipment, and Dr. Farr told them you were coming, you were just hurried up the stairs. Inside.
Yeah, we wouldn't have even stopped. We would have just straight back.
I was going to say, if anyone did try to stop them, Locky would have just given them that stare as he continued walking.
Move or be moved.
So up around here is the place where they're keeping Tasi, and if you zoom in, you can see I actually made art for Tasi, Nurse Ying, Dr. Farr, and his assistant.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. So if you guys,
Nurse Ying is buff though.
sorry.
Holy shit. Nurse Ying is like the buffest of the lot. Holy shit.
She's a strong lady.
Chun-Li.
Yeah.
There's a reason that she survived the attack on my clinic.
So if you guys head up there, you can bring in the components, and I assume Charles is just immediately crack open the cases and start manically trying to piece them together.
Yeah.
Catalina will assist.
Excellent.
The reason why I got the internet cables instead of power cables is because if you put it directly on their skin, the covering will stop it from burning, right? But you'll still be able to get some electro forces out of it. Magnetic forces.
Right, that's smart. That's
Okay.
good plan.
Now, I assume that a large portion of the time that you spent here were waiting with Dr. Farr, he provided you with actual schematics of the kit being provided, and the two of you could have pretty easily puzzled out how all of these components were going to fit together. So as soon as they arrive, you all just get on it. I'm going to say, Catalina, make me a post-tech roll, and Dr. Charles a tech medical, and just see how your skill sets overlap.
Intelligence?
Yes, intelligence. Yeah, intelligence.
Assisted or not assisted?
You're doing it separately,
Okay.
just to see how well each of you were able to contribute to this.
Ooh.
Oof. Okay. You are having some difficulties with this. You're making progress, but your skills aren't really meshing as well. Like Catalina will reach for a tool and just bump your hand as you're holding something, and vice versa. It's a bit messy in here, but you guys are working on it and are making gradual progress.
Pim, we can probably use your assistance in here.
Locky, could you please go in?
Locky's going to go into the room, obviously, but he is probably going to actually step out of the suit and request one of those nanite-proof suits.
Yeah, sure thing. One can be provided for you.
Because he wants to go into the room with Tasi.
Yeah, well, the way this room, the way this is set up is basically over here you have the prep room where you can pick up one of those suits. Then in here is the chamber where you're scanned and fielded for nanobots, and it's essentially a medical airlock, and then you can actually step into the room.
Yep.
Dr. Charles, I request that you step into the suit.
I do not know how to use one of those, and I need the dexterity in my fingers to work on the machine.
I think Dimitri is drunk and asleep.
I was actually about to ask where Dimitri was and what he was doing.
Dimitri
He's
is
on the ship. snoring into the console.
Pretty much. Can hear you talking about me.
What?
What?
Are you snoring?
What?
Uh,
I don't know what the fuck's wrong.
You do get
Cannot.
so as you guys are trying to figure this out, those of you who aren't actively helping do get approached by Dr. Farr's aide. She kind of she steps out of the room and addresses those in and out and says, "Hello. I understand this might be a stressful time for you, but don't worry. If it has been a long day, if you like, we have access to beds and places of rest that you can avail yourself of this evening. We do normally use them for observing people during their sleep cycles, but currently there are no booked appointments. So if any of you would care to avail yourself of these once the day is over, by all means."
Yeah, Locky's going to go into the room with Tasi if he can.
Yeah, sure thing.
Let him in.
I sort of just absent-mindedly ignore her.
Okay. Okay, well then, Lucky, you
In my own head.
can make your way into the room quite easily, as long as you do the whole like stand arms out, get scanned and sprayed by all this stuff to make sure that you're clean before you go in. You can go into the room.
It probably takes a few extra seconds to make sure he's clean.
By
Probably.
the way, I've rolled.
Yep. Oh, okay. So is this you trying to do both?
I'm going to be the bridge, the middle ground between them. One's biological, one's
directing
hardware
us.
mechanical. So I'm going to be the bridge between the two.
Okay, sure, so-
he's verbally directing us to make sure that we're not conflicting, because we're like two very different peas out of very different plants.
So with this empty but talking suit of power armor just standing over the two of you saying, "No, put that over there. Wait." Catalina passed Charles this tool. Like over time, he's able to help smooth things out, and you're able to make better progress.
I open the comm channel to Pim and ask him why he sounds like Black Lance.
I was about to say that.
Like, oh, sound like it. So, Locky, you step into the room, and Nurse Ying turns around and just says, "Oh, hello, hello," and she and after a moment of her trying not to lose her composure, she snaps back into focus, gives you your suit a once over, and says, "Ah, you've done this well, excellent. Would you like to see her?"
Yeah, how's she doing?
She's about the same. The psychic on call has just stepped out for a meal break. Her strain has been increasing though. They had to remove 2 more tumors while you were away.
I feel like he's going to just start pacing.
Hmm.
There's not really anything he can do here.
Yeah, just like stomping back and forth in the room. The one-way glass that separates rooms is just kind of like shaking with each step. Yes. So I feel like with all of these roles, it's going to take you into the night to properly be able to piece this thing together. You've got the components, but this is a complicated thing you're trying to assemble. So, like, as things are wearing on and people are understandably getting kind of tired,
Someone bring
At
me
one
more
point, I'd
coffee.
probably look at Dr. Farr and ask him if he has any stims.
Oh, okay. He says,
May I suggest petitioning to have my echo brought here?
That would also probably help.
Your echo is still damaged. No, it's Nemesis that is damaged.
yes.
Duh.
Well, actually, I should change the audio. To Starship Medical. Yes.
A montage, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
montage. Dr. Farr says, we have got some stims on hand. What kind are we hoping for?
One that will keep me awake and able to function properly
Caffeine.
overnight until this is done.
Ah, I see. We do keep a supply of those on hand for the interns. Yes.
Pay you for some because this needs to get done and it needs to get done quickly, and I'm not sleeping until it is.
It should be okay. I will send my assistant to collect some. Huidai, could you go and collect? And she was just at the doorway and just like nods calmly and shuffles off to collect them. And not long after that, she brings each of you a syringe that contains like a bright blue liquid.
Oh, so I'm pretty sure that's not how you're supposed to use Ritalin.
Instantly,
Can
Charles
attest.
knows exactly what it is, just injects himself and goes, yep, cool. Actually, he'd probably give it a quick once over with the bioscanner just to make sure.
Yep, you probably used these yourself once or twice during med school to just stay awake and cram.
I was going to say, this was my university days and med school was basically like, yep, stim, whatever.
Mm-hmm. So you just pull up your sleeve. Oh, it's like 5 energy drinks at once.
See,
Yep.
Catalina just puts out her arm for someone to do it and just ignores them entirely and keeps doing what she's doing. And once it's done, just shakes a bit and then goes back to it. She just doesn't even look at them, just goes, yep, cool, done, moving on.
Yep, and you just carry on and carry on. Can the two of you make me mental effect saves, please?
Oh dear.
You are both like pushing your bodies to exhaustion to a certain extent to try and get through this.
Take strain for failing that one.
I
The two
think
of you need to get some rest.
the two of you will each take a point of system strain as it reaches like 2 in the morning, and you're both just slumped over the desk going, attach that coupling to this, and you're just like, it's become very slow and labored any movement you make because you are just knackered.
But we ain't stopping.
Darius.
Nope.
Wow, I rolled
Darius.
2 2s.
Okay. Locky, I think you have just fallen asleep in the room with her. So at that point, Nurse Ying will bring over a wheelchair. Will show a surprising amount of strength in putting you into the wheelchair and takes you off to the nearby beds that are over here. Hang on, that's not that. They absolutely have bed chambers available for you guys to use. So she just like carries you off.
I think he would have probably requested not to have been moved.
Sorry?
He would have requested not to have been moved. He wants to stay in there.
Too bad he's asleep.
Yeah, like she knows that if you just like sleep curled up on the floor in the corner, that's not going to be comfortable. And she's a nurse and cares about your well-being, so she's just going to ignore you and actually put you into a bed.
You're also sleeping off a drunken stupor, so you're probably really out of it.
And
So are
when we
you,
got off the scene as well, I would have called Dimitri and asked him if he could load the Echo onto a
The Voyager
cabin,
would
get
be
it brought
better.
here. Voyager?
Yeah, because it's got a bioscanner and inbuilt tools and such.
No. Then I'd ask for the Voyager. if Dimitri would wake up.
Is he really asleep?
Poor lad.
Over the comms, you hear Charles at one point asking you if you can bring the
Just let him
Voyager,
sleep. Chris obviously had a hell of a
the-
day.
He was
Pim.
there.
I was gonna say I've been there the entire day too, but
Oh. What? Huh? What?
Pim's armor downstairs.
Guess I can. I have no idea where are you.
I basically just send you the address.
Yeah.
He's Voyager. Voyager?
The
Oh, yeah,
robotic,
that sounds much better.
sleek-looking one.
Okay, I shall bring the Voyager.
Sure.
That is what it says on the front. Voyager.
Yep. So at some point during the night, Dimitri, you also show up with Voyager, and like Pim, you can find like a quiet like storage closet to transfer your cores over.
Let's bring my Voyager.
Yep, it is now here.
Aha!
Transferred it over. Now, those of you who aren't actively working on this contraption, are you going to sleep or just stay awake with these guys?
I'm gonna go shopping.
It's 2 in the
Oh?
morning, mate.
I'm just gonna walk.
It's very late at night.
He's gonna go
Really,
shopping.
I thought most shops in this sort of society would be 20.
He's gonna go shopping for vending machine.
Okay, in that case, I'll-
shit coffee.
In that case, I'll just sit round. Not much else
Okay.
to do.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can you
Okay.
not what is it? Surf the internet?
No, because my drone's destroyed. No, I've got my phone. I can still use that.
Yeah. What?
Every now and then, I'm going to go into the room with Tasi and monitor her condition using the inbuilt technology.
Yeah.
I feel
Sure.
like at some point, Catalina and Dr. Charles would let Pim take over for them to have a short nap for like a couple of hours and then come back to it.
Yeah, definitely. So after the rest of you put in some hard work, and I think at about 4 a.m., Charles and Catalina, and probably like I think all of you at some stage would just go, you know what? Let's just go to bed. Like, it's fine. Let's just sleep. Because sleep is good. Sleep is very, very good.
I'd
Especially
probably weigh up the risks and benefits of having enough stim and then just sort of be like, no, I need sleep.
Yeah.
Pim,
But I set an alarm for like 3 or 4 hours.
yeah, like a 3-hour nap.
We
Come back.
need someone to stay. I'm like rocking on my feet, but just like, and you can see that my hand is like bleeding from bite marks. Every time I get really tired, the old military tactic of pain keeps you awake.
God.
I probably look at you like as I leave the room, just go, that's not
One to
healthy.
keep watch and get Locky up.
No.
Yeah, but at least I'm thinking right. With those stims in your system, who knows what it's done to your head?
Pim can continue while we all take nap.
The
We
point,
need
he
to
doesn't
rest.
need sleep.
It's been a long day, and we're not getting anywhere with our current state of.
Unmind.
Now, I sort of also go, before I sleep, do you want me to fix that?
Nah, it'll heal. It's not bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Dario,
So
play Walking into the Valkyries. I wish to listen to classical music while I work.
Walking into the Valkyries.
boop.
Sorry, were you talking to me? I missed that. I'm getting crackle.
That's all good. As you guys are just like, yeah, fight the Valkyries.
Oh.
Maybe That's fine. Just as Pim begins to toil away some more, some classical music begins to pour out of that room, and Lucia just walks up to Darius, like slaps you across the back of the head and says, "You're stupid. Stop biting. Sleep."
I'm not stupider than you. You're not asleep yet either. Put me up. I just reach out with a grab onto her like shirt cuff just to pull myself up.
She just fireman carries you out of there.
Sorry.
And just like plodding along.
I'm probably asleep the moment she picks me up.
Yeah. She just drops you into a bed. She herself gets into a bed. Dimitri, are you going to sleep here too?
What, slumped on the floor?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or I could use a bed that they've provided.
Yeah, I'll sleep in one of the beds.
Okay. And with that, the majority of the party is asleep.
Dun,
Now,
dun.
let's see how this goes. I'm going to start with you, Dimitri. What do you dream about?
Ship upgrades.
Okay.
At the moment.
Mm-hmm. You are sitting there having this beautiful dream. You are in a workshop. You are surrounded by all of these amazing options for the ships.
No,
Upgrade.
you think it is nice dream? No, it's a fucking nightmare.
What?
All these nice ship upgrades I can't afford anymore.
I want all these things. And as you're there dreaming, you feel something kind of alter your perception, like and kind of push your dream in a different direction. And it's just Pim. Like Pim just arrives in your dream, and you start just remembering things about Pim instead of what you were originally thinking about.
Okay.
Can you please make me a mental effect save?
Probably can, yes. Is that has much of an effect he has on me? Into a save.
Okay.
Nope.
Can
We are
you
all
please
rolling terribly tonight.
can you please in character answer me to this question in just a few sentences honestly? Who controls the AI? You feel a voice enter your mind and it just says that to you.
Who controls the AI? That would be the AI. The AI controls the AI. That is why it is artificial intelligence. What kind of stupid question is this? Who is this in my dream? Get out.
Okay, and as soon as this question is answered, you just feel like you feel this kind of jarring separation, and you're just like bolted awake in your bed.
Ah! Oh god, that was weird. What is that? Somebody is messing with my head.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Darius,
I shall have to ask Charles.
what are you dreaming about?
It's interesting because I actually was thinking this. Well, before you mentioned that he's going to think, I was thinking of the time that I mind melded with him and dreaming about like that interdimensional space sort of thing.
Okay. So in your dream, you're floating in this weird ethereal techno void. Your body is just your nervous system.
Yeah, but I think without him there, more just that space.
Just floating around, exploring it, enjoying it as a novel experience. And then, can you please make me a mental effect save? Okay. You too feel an outside presence press on your mind, and your thoughts are pulled towards Pym. Pym, as you saw him in this space, appears before you, and you begin like unable to stop yourself from recalling information about him. And now you, in character, have to the best of your ability, answer this question in a few sentences. What was the AI built for?
I don't know. Interplanetary migration, I think. I'm not sure. Whatever he was built for, it's not his purpose now.
Okay. Right. And similarly, after you have this question extracted from your mind, you feel the kick and are just startled awake again.
I think I would recognize. Would either of us recognize mind manipulation technique there?
Depends. Can you each make me a luck save to see if you've encountered this kind of thing before?
Nope.
I feel like they may have covered it in your training, Darius.
Yeah.
You suspect this might be the act of a telepath.
Okay, I immediately pick up my rifle and kick open the door of the thing and just start yelling for various members of the crew.
You go to kick the door, doesn't open.
All right. I assume this is happening simultaneously for each person, so I'll let you go through everyone else before I shoot the lock.
Essentially. So now, Dr. Charles, what are you dreaming about?
Probably having nightmares of being back on this shitty little fucking backwater planet.
So you're having nightmares about being on this planet?
Yeah, probably.
So, in other words, the most.
Remember the last time I was here, I almost died.
Just
Okay.
banal, realistic, boring daily life where you currently are.
It's just like you're in this small, cramped, rented office. Everything is in like depressing sepia tone filters. You're just standing over this outdated medical equipment, going, "Oh my god, this is what passes for gear."
It's like, I live on a planet with pre-tech, damn it, I have to deal with this shit.
Yep. And now, can you please make me a mental effect save?
I can try. No, I cannot.
Okay. As you
Good mental save.
Yeah. As you were just sitting there despairing at your equipment, you feel your mind pull to your left, and you see Pym's echo sitting on your gurney, as though he's about to be examined. And your mind as well is kind of forcefully pulled towards recollections about Pym that you have encountered previously, and you get a question posed to you, which you should answer in character truthfully to the best of your ability. What is the scariest thing you've seen the AI do?
The AI or any AI?
They are specifically targeting your memories of Pym, but phrase it as the AI.
Interact with your parents?
Yes. Actually, interaction with my parents would have probably been my most terrifying thought, because the thought of them trying to maybe like let out the secret that Pym is a full AI and harm him because he's never harmed anyone else. So yeah.
Okay.
Do I recognize this as something that's happened before when I was on this planet?
Not on this planet, but you've legit studied at a psychic academy, so I think you would recognize a telepath when you feel one.
So the moment I wake up, I'm just like, right.
Yeah.
So people want
Yeah.
to play games. I go to walk out my door.
Your door is also locked.
I grab. Oh, I don't have my gun.
Darius or Dimitri, you may now both make a one-action attempt to do something.
I'm just going to point blank put the muzzle of a void rifle up against the keyhole and start firing.
Okay. You just point it forwards, take a shot. It's gonna hit. It gets lodged in the door. Roll damage to see how hard you hit it.
Sorry, it's not void, it's laser, because was the void rifle on my drone, or...
Yes, it was.
Oh, no, shit, it'll be laser, because it had a laser rifle on it, but the void... I had 2 laser rifles, lost 1. So sorry.
Okay. It's alright.
I get confused with my weapons. I gotta be on the right character sheet for this too. Is there AC or not on unmodified?
Just make it 9. I mean, like, just roll damage.
Okay, so that's with no modifiers or armor.
Okay. That is 7 damage. That's a decent hit. You squeeze out your laser rifle, and there is this pulse of energy, and the area around the main locking mechanism does begin to buckle. Dimitri.
Oh, I find that my door is locked after I didn't check it before, apparently, when everybody tried to leap out of theirs. And, trying to think, what is in the room with me?
In the room with you, there is bedding. There are some basic tables. There's like general commodities that would provide people with, like towel, toothbrush, toothpaste, a hospital gown, and things like that.
What is the lock? What style of lock is it?
It's pretty robust, actually. It seems to be some kind of magnetic lock.
I was going to say somewhat electronic.
Yes.
I stick monoblade into it.
Okay. Just stab it in there.
Well, monoblade doesn't really have enough body to like lever it, but I'm guessing it's got some molecular size hole in it somewhere that I can stuff it into.
Yeah, fair enough. How would I actually make this a thing?
I don't know.
Would have had more luck hacking it, wouldn't it?
Potentially.
Who doesn't hack?
Just roll me combat unarmed, or combat primitive, to see how well you do with this approach.
I have to find it. I don't know how to do this one. Where is it?
And use strength or dexterity, your call.
I don't think there's any particularly good. Yeah. Box.
Okay, you are kind of like fighting against the magnetic force of the lock. You're trying to shove it in, but the blade is being actively repelled by the lock being active, so you aren't able to make much progress. Locky, what are you dreaming about?
Seeing he's been going through a bit of a stressful time, he's probably having some nightmares of back on his home planet. Probably being outside one of the domes, on a convoy between domes, that's come under fire. But in his dream, for some reason, Tasi will be there, which doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like I feel like she is you are on a big gun firing at the enemy convoy. She is on a motorcycle, kind of scouting along the edges, and you see a large vehicle just barreling towards her, and you call out to her because you can see that she's in danger, but there's nothing you can really do.
Yeah.
And then as you look at the vehicle, Pim's nemesis is driving it.
Okay, yeah.
Can you please make me a mental effect save?
Oh, this is gonna go badly. Wisdom?
Oh my god.
First fucking success, man!
Nice.
Okay. You feel a pressure applied on your brain in the form of this Pim, but what you do is just turn your gun and just open fire on that vehicle, and its front section collapses and just completely flies completely over Tasi, and just gets messed up in some sandbar. You are then forcefully awoken as well.
Just before I wake up, it zooms back to me, and for some reason I now have a cigar. Yeah. Forcefully awoken, okay.
Yeah, it's like the whole kick thing of feeling as though you were falling and you just wake up. Okay.
I don't think he would react straight away, seeing as he didn't have any kind of, weird sensation of someone talking to him. So I think he would literally just, I've had a nightmare.
Okay, let's fall back to sleep.
Well, not necessarily fall back to sleep, but you'd probably be up for a bit.
Fair enough. Let's go back in order to Dimitri. What would you like to attempt?
I would have thought he went checking Tasi.
I would bang on the door loudly and yell and scream. Well, maybe not scream, just lots of yelling, like, "Hey, let me out!"
Okay, I think that
Pista,
would hit,
whatever.
I mean, for sure, Darius would hear that.
I would flick open my compad and immediately call Ash's character, Locky, say, "Get your gun and cut us out of here now."
So you just woke up and are just like, I'm awake and someone's calling me.
Yeah, kind of like look over at the compound and go, oh, what the fuck is going on? Oh shit, wait, no, could be complications. And immediately hit answer.
Locky,
Yeah.
someone's attacking our mines. I need you to follow me carefully. Get your gun, cut a hole in the door, and get us out of our rooms now. They're locked.
Right you are. Is my power armor in here?
You left your power armor in the room where Pim is now.
Yeah,
because
it's probably still there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. In that case, I don't
You
have
probably
my
still
breach
have
power
the
armor.
Vesuvius with you.
No, it is hooked up onto the back at the moment still.
Okay.
Good point.
What kind of soldier are you?
Well, it was attached to the thing, and I went into the medical room. I didn't think I needed Vesuvius in the medical room.
Wow, well.
Fair enough. Okay.
I would probably only have my my Magrock pistol on me at the moment, and my monopody.
I think that's probably all you guys can do. So, Catalina, what are you dreaming about?
Catalina is having the worst nightmares of it starts out pleasant, like she's really excited and happy. She's going home. She's going to see her family, except that when she gets there, it's destroyed, everyone's gone, she can't find anyone, and she's just futilely trying to figure out where they all are and, what the hell's going on. And then as she turns around, it looks like the entire place has been bombed and blown up and everything's on fire, and she's just trying to find her family.
So as Catalina is just running down the ruined streets with fire and smoke all around her, she turns a corner and she sees Azaza just standing in front of her. Can you make me a mental effect save, please?
I can.
Success! Very nice.
She grabs
Okay.
that Zaza and like goes, where the hell? Oh no, wait, accent. Where the hell is my mother?
You hear the Zaza speak, and it just says in Pim's voice, "Oh dear," and you just wake up. So now everybody is awake. What would you all like to attempt next?
I'm going to immediately open channels with all of us if we can on joint call while shooting the door lock and just repeatedly just quickly go through. Everyone would have had the dream asking a question about Pim, correct?
No. What?
No.
Who?
Yeah,
Darius?
we're in trouble. Get us out of the
There is a
room
psychic
now.
here and
We're in
they're
trouble.
annoying me now. Where is Pim?
I don't know. Break out of the rooms first.
I look
I'm-
around the room for any sort of camera.
Mm-hmm. You've probably been into rooms that were created for medical purposes and for patient observation. So you can spot a camera that's hidden, but it isn't noticeable by you.
I basically just look at it and go, you are to open my door now, or the next thing I will be doing is coming and hunting you down.
Can Catalina try and get out of her room as well?
Sure thing.
What seems to be the problem, Darius Shivani?
We've got a psychic on the loose.
Oh,
Where are you?
I am currently working on the project within the room.
Pim,
Get the gun.
turn your outwards voice modulator off, so you're not making any noise within the room. Who's in the room with you?
I am already doing that.
Pim, as you are working on this, you hear a whoosh come from behind you, and you lean back just in time to see a stun baton skim past the front of your faceplate and impact on the table in front of you.
All right. So, combat shotgun.
Well, I'm gonna stop you right there. As that happens, all of you see that vents begin to open up in the walls of your rooms, and a gas begins to pour in that is heavy in the air and is beginning to pool around the floor.
Cool. Can I shoot the door with my plasma projector, please? Because I would not
So-
have gone to bed without it.
Yeah, I know. So,
I'm gonna immediately flip on my Atmo filter.
What
Yep.
AC do I add to that? Anything?
just say it's 9 because it's as easy as possible to hit. Because it's a door. Okay. You let loose a big old shot into this door. It begins to buckle similarly to the one that Darius shot at. At this point, though, I think we're going to go for a break because it's 8:30.
I wouldn't mind a smoke.
We could use a quick break to compose ourselves and properly organize our minds, and then once we come back, we will roll initiative and do this in a more appropriate and structured way.
Can I just remind you, Rory, I'm still in the biosuit.
Yes, you are. Good point.
So she's gonna...
Okay. Ready? We are going to be back in about 10-15 minutes after people get some gas, get some snacks, go to the bathroom. So see you in a bit.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why
There
I
you go.
thought we were back.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hello, everybody. We are back, and it's time for us to get into some trouble. Now, first and foremost, we have Locky, who's probably not very pleased. Locky, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna Hulk.
Okay. Now, I have.
I'm gonna eye off the door. What kind of door does this look like? Does it look like it's a fairly secure system, or does it look like your typical standard wooden door that has a handle lock?
This is a robust metal sliding door that has a magnetic lock. It's pretty legit.
I will probably do something similar to what Darius did, but not put the pistol right up against the door. But I will probably try and fire it where I assume the magnetic lock system would be with my mag pistol.
By all means. Just roll the damage the weapon has, because again, it's point blank. You're gonna hit the door. It's just a question of how much damage you deal.
It is 2d8 plus 2.
Ow. Jeez, my
Nice.
is good.
So 9 damage.
Oh yeah, you were able to quite effectively. Wait, a mag pistol is 2d8.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same as a rifle, just a shorter range.
You sure it's not 2d6?
No,
I'm staring at it now. Mag pistol 2d6 plus 2.
that's 2d6. I apologize. I will reroll.
No problem.
Thought it was 2d8. I rolled the exact same thing.
What's me?
Just
Okay.
roll with it. Like,
You like commando roll out of bed on now, like on your knees in front of it, just pull out your pistol and take a shot at the door, and this big metal thing just sticks into it and begins to buckle and interfere with the mechanism. It looks like maybe if you put your shoulder to it and gave it some persuading, that combined with the shot could be a possibility.
That will be what I do next.
Okay, next up, it is the mystery men. No one is actually in a position to see what happens here, so I'm not actually going to move anything. But I will say, Pim, you hear the sound of boots from beyond the room you are in. Dimitri, it is your turn now.
Would I know? That's a good question. Would I know about the trick with the wetting something and stick it over my head?
Your pilot.
Maybe, but
You've got culture spacer, yeah?
I think so.
Roll. If you're curious to know something, just roll culture spacer with let's say wisdom.
Actually, no, I don't. I just have culture
What?
Harbona.
Okay, never mind. Then it's up to your own internal justification as to whether or not you would know that.
If you're really not sure of internal justification, just roll a d6 and take evens.
That's fair enough.
Sure, this works. That would be no.
In the moment, it doesn't occur to you.
Guess on floor. At least I'm not in shower. I'd probably try and grab not tea-towel. Stuff cloth in it. That's the word I'm trying to think of. I was thinking pillowcase. Grab pillowcases or something. Try and stuff them in the hole.
Okay, sure thing. What would that even be as a roll?
Improvise?
I mean, just roll me 2d6.
2d6. Sure.
I'm not sure what to really apply to that, but add your dexterity if you have any. Okay,
I do
you
not have dexterity.
Okay, you just start haphazardly pull off a pillowcase or two and start to shove them into the holes, but you aren't quite able to get a clean seal.
I don't expect to have a complete seal, but
Reduce
Yeah, I'm just trying to slow it down. Since you are getting like up close and personal to these vents to try and jam the stuff in. Can you make me a physical effect save? Okay, you hold your breath at an appropriate time as you go in and don't end up unintentionally inhaling any of this stuff. Next up, it is.
Is it burning my skin?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Next up, him. You spin around in your chair and you see that both Dr. Farr and his assistant are holding stun batons.
Can I draw my mag pistol and point it at Dr. Farr's head?
You may.
Why are you assaulting me?
And I'm gonna stream this over my thing so it's coming through everyone's compad.
Okay. He just says, "You have a purpose," and goes to make a swing, which he will do on his actual turn.
Okay, well, depending on his answer, that's as soon as I fire. What was his answer, sorry? It was...
You have a purpose.
Oh, okay. So, do I fire now or on his turn?
Well, it's your turn. I'm just saying that that he's beginning a hostile action towards you. Bear in mind that turns are like 6 seconds long, so it's kind of squiffy. But you can tell that he intends to strike you with this.
Okay, I'm going to shoot him in the head then.
By all means, make an attack roll. His armor class is 7.
Oh wait, so yeah, it's...
Cauterize his brain.
17. That's not a hit.
That is unfortunately a miss. As you pull the trigger, he just moves his head to one side as part of the swing, and it whizzes past him. Next up, we have Darius. What would you like to do, Darius?
Is there a sink in the room?
I think there would be a small one, yes.
I'll rip off my shirt, run water over it, and then wrap it around my head.
Okay. I don't really think that requires a roll. You can just do that as the action for your turn. So as your turn, you have securely fastened this big, moist wad of cloth on your face. Next up, Catalina, I believe you shot your door as well, so it's seen some damage.
She's gonna make sure that her headpiece is secured, like the biosuit.
Yep,
and
sure.
Shoot the door again.
Okay. Roll damage because it's a door.
I'm really glad
It's not
I
gonna
got
dodge
the upgrade
Mm.
to my ammo. AC 9.
Just roll the damage. Just roll 2d8 because it's going to be hit by it. It's a stationary feature of the room.
Alright, let me roll.
It's not going to dodge, yeah.
2d8.
Well, might. Just to be tricky.
Okay. I'd say altogether that's probably in enough damage for this door to buckle considerably. You don't think it would take much force on your part to just like shoulder open from this point
She
on?
only needs a hole big enough for herself to crawl out. And a
Okay.
weapon to follow her, obviously.
It is now Dr. Farr's turn. He is going to continue with his downward swing and just attack Pim with the stun baton. What is your armor class, Pim?
4.
That is that's less of a miss and more of a you kind of have your arm up all ready to shoot. You just bring your arm up and it just kind of glances off your forearm and doesn't do any real stun damage to you. He realizes the situation and like takes a step back and like hammers a panel next to the door. This door snaps open and you can see that there are 2 men standing outside of it. Dr. Charles, it is your turn.
I don't have a weapon. So when the vent opened, did it look like it was just a one panel, or?
It's like for now. It seems to be one source that's coming out near the skirting board.
But does it look like it could be closed again if you could get to the panel, like pulled shut?
The hatch itself kind of became flush with the skirting board. So if you had like some precision tools, maybe you could like put a screwdriver in there, pry that panel open, and force it closed. Maybe.
I was thinking of telekinesis, that I could try and close it with my mind.
Telekinesis is basically. I think the base level is do anything that you could normally do with one hand. Yes.
Yes.
Well, your personal manual dexterity with one hand wouldn't be sufficient to pull it closed.
Probably not. I'm probably just going to open up my bag and be like, if anyone gets the chance to open my door, I don't have any weapons on me. And I start pulling out my vac suit to put it on.
Okay. You should know it takes 5 minutes to put a vac suit on.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
This could be problematic.
Well,
does it have a helmet? Just stick the helmet on.
I'm not sure if you can stick just the helmet on.
it's a complete suit. It's kind of an all or nothing deal with the vac suit.
I'm gonna pull out my bioscanner and like scan the cloud.
Okay.
To see what it is.
Make me a tech medical roll, please, to do this quickly.
Intelligence or?
Yes, intelligence.
Yes.
Ooh.
I know exactly what it is.
At a cursory examination, this, in layman's terms, is a powerful knockout gas.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Just checking in case I'm a dumber and was wrong on the vac suit, because I'd rather not be wrong. It's not a thing I like. Vac suit.
Considering the vac suit comes with its own supply of oxygen for up to 6 hours.
It's more the fact of how long it's going to take me to don it, because
it doesn't specifically say it, but this is like it's something that's meant to expressly protect you from the vacuum of space. I feel like you could put it on more quickly, but then you run the risk of not closing a seal properly, and it potentially not actually functioning correctly.
True.
Just hold your breath.
Very true. So yes, it is a knockout gas, and you are able to spend your turn determining that. Now it is time for Dr. Farr's aid. She has a stun baton as well. She's going to step to the side to make room for her soldier buddies, and is just going to lunge forward with the baton at him. I'm a class of 4. I don't think she's quite that good. So again, her strike is just absorbed harmlessly by your self, and you're all good. And now that has been one round of combat. It's the top of the round. Locky.
All right, I am going to shoulder charge through my door.
Okay, make me an athletics roll with strength.
What about Lucia?
None of you have spoken to her. She might be in here.
Oh, I actually passed.
I'd say with the damage that you did to the door, that's enough. So the rest of you just hear this loud crunch as Locky, you just straight barrel shoulder first through the door. It swings open, and you are now standing in this kind of central area, which is also filling with gas.
Eeny, meeny, money, mo. I'm gonna turn to the door to where I'm standing now, my left, and go to that one and start shooting at the magnetic lock for that one, which will be Catalina's door.
Okay.
That door's already buckled.
Yeah, like as you approach, this door's already been heavily damaged from the inside. You can see
in
it.
that case, I'm going to charge through that one, probably.
Okay, so you're like, first out, go, and just sprint towards that one next. Okay, make me another athletics roll with strength as you try and conserve your momentum and break down this door too.
Not this time.
Okay, you kind of get the approach angle wrong and just like bounce off of the door and stagger back. Catalina, you feel like and can see the door kind of shake from the outside.
She'd pause for a moment as she's about to barrel through the door herself. But I'll wait for her turn for that.
Indeed. Next up, it is the soldiers.
The mystery men.
They both appear to be carrying a kind of weapon that is like a laser rifle, but appear to have had some modifications made to it. They both level their guns and take shots at you, Penny.
Of course they do. Why wouldn't they?
Pew! Pew!
Yep, no.
They both miss!
Wow, lucky!
Because these guys are terrible. Just terrible. You see
Do you want to
the
roll
discharge
again
of the
to see if they-
weapons.
Do you roll again to see if their shots hit the doctor and his aide?
They are
Are they still
aiming thusly. So
Oh,
I
yes.
do not believe
I was going to say
are
they're
at risk
aiming
of...
at him, but missing wildly.
They didn't whiff that badly. But yes, these shots impact and look like a ranged version of some kind of stun weapon. Okay.
Taser bullets.
Basically taser bullets. Next up, it is Dimitri.
Just when I need a rocket launcher.
No, you don't.
Yes.
Oh, that makes such a mess.
It'd be fantastic.
Well, it is your turn now, Dimitri.
I'm gonna try and change back to laptop.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Dimitri's going to stick his gun in the fucking vent and start firing, like, empty the clip.
Okay. Has your gun got burst fire?
No, it's a revolver.
Oh, you're just gonna like...
Fucking yeah, just stick the whole revolver in the vent and just pull the trigger.
Okay.
You can do that
Not
6
bad.
times in 6 seconds.
Yeah,
That's
I
probably
mean,
not gonna end well.
in fairness, okay. I think for this one, you should make an attack roll for me, just to see just to put a number to this.
It's going to hit something in there because it's a vent, which means it has a pipe attached.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on if the gas that's coming out of it is ignitable.
Oh, yeah,
Hmm.
no, there is
Or it
that.
could end up very interesting.
Well,
Actually, would I know that if this could be ignited by fire?
You had 6 seconds to check. You just saw that it was knockout gas.
Okay.
what am I hearing? What?
An attack roll with your revolver.
AC?
9. It's a vent.
It's a vent. It's a door.
It's a vent. You're shooting at the accoutrement. Okay. You are able to just aim in there. You now have a revolver that has absolutely no bullets in it, and just like, and you begin to hear the sound of like pipes beginning to shake and rattle and the flow that was coming through like hot and heavy is now kind of more of a trickle as you've done this.
Cool.
So you've significantly slowed it down for the time being. And that is your turn. Pim,
Awesome.
it's your turn.
Next thing goes
How
the motor
close
blade.
am I to that electromagnetic mine?
Yeah, I feel like
That's still attached to the suit.
yeah, like I think Locky stepped out of his power armor here, so it's attached to Locky's right thigh of the power armor, which is standing right there.
That's not going to
Cool.
Won't they take out Pim?
Yeah.
We don't know.
No.
He could be EMP shielded.
It causes an annoyance, but the way it's worded is I'm the power source. To essentially EMP pulse a AI, you would basically just make it feel dizzy. You'd piss it off.
Right.
Yeah, it's got the same sort. They did it like that because it would be pretty broken if all you had to do to stop an AI is just go, haha.
Yeah. EMP shielding.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and it's a Voyager, so it's built to go through bad environments.
Very true.
Alright, so I'm going to grab that mine and activate it by throwing it there.
So you just step over, tug the box off Lucky's armor's thigh, pull it
Using
open,
its cover, yeah.
take out the mine, and just press the go button and throw it down in front of you.
Yeah.
You kind of do this all as a panicked reflex, but like while you're throwing it, you realize that when you pressed the go button, nothing really happened, and when it lands in front of you, it doesn't look like this mine has any power in it.
Yeah, it needs to be charged first.
It's because honestly, it seems profoundly reckless to store a charged EMP just randomly in a box.
Is there a vent near me?
Yeah, probably up in the ceiling for air conditioning.
Cool. While they're distracted by that, I'm going to fucking bust my way into that vent.
Okay. Okay.
Like, oh, it's a mine! And I'm just like, bye-bye.
Okay. Make me an athletics roll with dexterity to begin this maneuver.
It's not too bad.
Of course, I got all this trouble to make a pretty map, and Pim's all like, "Hey, guess what? Guess what? You didn't account for drawing a map of the ventilation system. How does it feel?" Okay, you make.
Kind of die hard it.
Yeah, you make a kind of combined jumping motion where you leap up, have like one arm out to do the whole like upward Mario punch, and then I'm going to use the other one to try and grab on to the side of this ventilation system, push aside the cover, and try and climb up. You're able to do the punch and the grab, but you can't quite get into it just yet. So currently, your head and like up to here are in the ventilation system, but everything down is just dangling for the time being. And I'd say that's your turn.
Cool.
Darius. Chris, just so you know, you are muted in case you were talking.
Sorry.
All good.
Yeah, I wouldn't know if it sets off with a laser rifle if I'm going to start an explosion. Probably spreading through the room pretty quickly now. So I'm just going to stand there and try and slow my breathing.
Okay, so you're just standing there patiently, trying not to succumb to the gas.
Yep.
Okay. Catalina.
I'ma bust me through that door.
Okay, roll athletics with strength.
I unfortunately know I don't have the physical strength to break through a metal door.
Well,
Sorry. That'll do it. You barrel forward. Locky, can you make me an evade roll, please?
yeah, she didn't yell, get out of the way.
No, I cannot.
Okay, you eat a face full of door as Catalina barrels through hers, and as it kind of swings. Well, as it swings open, you realize that it doesn't swing open as freely as you would expect. It gets about halfway open, and then you kind of just roll off the door and land around here. And as the door kind of begins to swing closed, it's just Locky rubbing his nose and forehead.
Upon noticing that this room is also filling with gas, I am going to immediately try and bust that door.
This door?
Yeah. Because
okay.
I can help everyone, but only if I am not knocked out.
Fair enough. This door looks to be equally robust, but is larger.
That's fine.
So, how are you going to approach it?
She's going to go about there and then plasma cannon it.
Okay. Roll me some damage.
What is it? 2d8?
2d8, yes.
There we go.
Not bad. Pretty decent. It seems that this door, which is kind of like a larger square door that slides down from the ceiling, has maglocks on each side of it. So you fire on the left side of the door and scorch this big line along the side, and have done some pretty decent damage.
And then I'll go, Locky,
Okay.
help me get this door. Also, sorry about your face. We can
Right.
help the
Next
rest
up.
of them once we get the air in here.
Next up, it is Dr. Farr. He's seeing what you're doing, is just going to yell, "No!" and is going to run forward, jump up himself, and basically try and grab onto your legs and pull you back down into the room. So, I'd say this would be an opposed athletics roll with strength or dexterity. His roll. Beat it too, Tim. Beat it
Apparently
too.
he has a bad case of the butterfingers.
Mm-hmm.
Just boot him in the face.
Yep.
Oh.
That was great.
He goes to jump up and grab you, and you just kick back, and he falls off very limply and ineffectually. Okay, Dr. Charles.
Okay. Looking at the door, can I tell where the magnetic system is for it, so I can stick my monoblade through it?
You think you can? Yes.
I think I can.
Yes. Basically, it's where the panel is kind of jutting out a bit more, and where the actual buttons to open the door are.
I'll stick my knife through it.
Okay, make me a combat primitive roll, please.
Wait, monoblades aren't primitive, are they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
They're primitive because it's a knife.
Oh.
They as a knife are incredibly advanced, but
They're
using
still
one
enough.
is primitive.
Okay,
Yes, still
I
enough.
didn't realize.
Or
Yeah, all weapons are primitive.
Yes, strength or dexterity, depending on how you want to go for it. If it's strength, you're just aggressively shoving it. If it's dex, you're trying to find the right angle and slide it in.
nope.
Unfortunately not. You meeting heavy magnetic resistance with your blade, and you're reaching in, and it's just like sliding off. And you're just trying that. It's not going well. Now it is time for Dr. Farr's aid. She, seeing that you are just hanging down by a butt, is going to look up and just jab at you again with the stun baton.
Go for my ass.
Yep. Why are these people so bad? My God!
Because the game actually loves
It's
us.
even for us.
Yeah.
She
Go
got
for a
second
while.
thought for a moment. It was like, oh, but that's his butt.
We've had 2 people get out of their room. That's it.
She just stabs up, and the impact is just rebuffed by a flailing knee of Pim as he tries to wriggle up. Okay.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry.
Top of the round. I would like all players on their turns from now on to make me physical effect saves. So, Locky, please make me a physical effect save.
Even with my atmo filter in?
If you're wearing an atmo filter, then nope, you're good.
Yay.
Okay, it's your turn.
Alright, I am going to go help with the door. We go to the other side and start shooting at the locks on that one.
By all means, roll damage.
Yes.
Big move. Big damage, yeah.
12 damage.
You rolled, you're 2d6. You dealt more damage than the plasma projector.
Locky's mad.
Yes, indeed. You dealt some pretty decent damage to this door, but to get it open, you'll probably need to get your hands under it and physically push it up.
Oh, that's next.
To try and get it open. Well, now it is the turn of the Bied guys. They are seeing the limp, ineffectual behavior of these 2 guys. Just gonna like push into the room around you, and they are both going to try and grab at you from above, or from below. So the first guy is going to go for it. He gets a 9. Second guy gets an 11 to try and pull you down. So roll me athletics with strength or dexterity.
Same modifier for both.
Okay. Oh, unfortunately not. They are both able to get a pretty solid hold of you and just pull you down. And now they're both kind of in the process of physically subduing you, like trying for the whole hand behind the back, like just restraining you physically, because your body is just too resistant to their weapons, apparently. Dimitri, can you please make me a physical effect save, but at advantage? I'm just going to use advantage because it works. So roll 2 effect saves, take the higher, because you've severely crippled your system.
Physical effect save.
Okay, so first one fails. Oh dear.
Duh.
Yes.
One is terrible and one is awful.
The gas that lingers in the room is beginning to have an effect on you, and you are beginning to feel kind of drowsy and woozy. I'm going to call that like you have a -1 to ability checks and a -2 to attack rolls as the gas begins to affect you.
Okay.
Okay, on your turn, what would you like to do?
Considering that the shooting in the hole seems to have an effect, I'm going to jam my sword in there.
Okay. So you're just going to go back towards the vent and just like shove your sword in and start
I
wiggling
didn't think
around.
I'd actually really moved it from it, so...
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just going to pull out my sword and stuff it in and wiggle it around.
Okay. I think to get the desired effect, you are putting a thing in and are trying to apply force to damage the innards, I assume. So roll me athletics with strength. With a -1 from the effect of the gas, making you feel more feeble. Okay, that is still a 7.
No, that's with the -1.
That's with a -1. Okay, yeah, that is great. You like as you initially stab it in there, you kind of hear it, and as you kind of move it around a bit, there's a lot of very unpleasant sounds coming from that vent. And if you pull the sword back out again, the flow is kind of down to nothing really. You've thoroughly mangled it.
So I just have to like stand on the vent to keep out of the gas.
Basically, yeah. Pim, it is your turn. You are currently in the process of being subdued by 2 guards.
Okay, well, I'm going to say something. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to say yet. I'm going to say something out loud, yeah? In hopes that they're going to let go of me momentarily. The moment they do that, I'm going to make a beeline and just bolt through the door, because now, for some reason, they're moving kind of closer to, like, the other side of the room here. So, I kind of have a clear shot to get through there.
Yeah, kind of. So,
yeah.
If that's your plan, what would you like to say?
Activating self-destruct.
Okay. So I'm going to say that you have readied an action to run out the door in anticipation of them responding to what you've just said.
Yeah.
And then once you've seen them react, you will then inactivate your sprint, because if being turn-based combat, they're not going to really do anything until that turn comes around.
Okay.
Okay, so that's in the works. Just make me like a persuade roll with charisma, please.
Can I have a bonus to that?
Yes, you can have a +1 bonus because that's gold.
Also, because they don't know what he is, and I would totally believe that if the robot suddenly was like, initiating self-destruct.
Okay.
Basic success! Yes!
Very nice. Alright. Darius, it is your turn. And in case you were curious, you are once again muted, so check that.
Oh, damn it, sorry.
That's all good.
What was it? Physical?
Yes, please make me... Well, you've wrapped the thing around your face, so for you it's also going to be with advantage, so roll 2 saves and take the higher.
No help.
Yeah. So you are also beginning to feel a bit groggy and drowsy, and your vision becomes a bit hazy.
I'm just gonna open up comms channels and say, Locky, I assume you're first out. Not going to be much use if you break me out anyway. Go for Pim.
Radio. He was probably already going to, having heard the fact that, Pim is still broadcasting on all channels and said self-destruct initiated. Yeah. And Locky's, not really going to realize that that's just a threat.
Well,
yeah, he's going to believe that that's actually what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
Not for long. Don't worry. I had a phrase planned.
Okay. If that is your turn, Darius, next up it is Catalina.
Darius, did you broadcast that to all of us or just to Locky?
Yeah, full channel.
Okay. Locky, you get the door. I'm going to get Charles. And she's gonna go help Charles get out because she figures he's the one person who can probably help anyone who gets affected.
Make me a damage roll against the door.
I'm wearing that suit, so I don't have to make a roll, or do I?
Yes, you are good for independent air supply in the short term.
Yes. Cool. Where am I? What am I rolling again? Sorry. Oh, damage.
Damage. So it's just 2d8.
Yeah. Sorry, I got so confused right then.
All good. Charles. Very nice.
She will say, Charles, stand back.
I'm sorry, but you already rolled damage.
Damn
Charles,
it!
please make your evade roll.
Damn it! She forgot. She was too busy yelling at
This
Locky.
is not going to end well. My evasion's 15.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, let's get the doctor to save everyone. Kill
Oh,
the
well,
doctor.
Not 20.
Literally, all I hear is a charge of, like, the charge of the plasma cannon. I'm just like, oh shit! And you die right
And then there was just this guttural bass drop of and this massive dent just gets blasted into the door like inches from your head.
Yep.
Oops.
I'm just like, little warning next time, please.
Sorry. Are you okay in there? Sorry.
I will be as soon as I'm out of here.
Okay.
I assume that's my turn.
Yeah. Next up, it is Dr. Farr. That was a general success. He kind of gives a look of, oh god, and that's his. It basically just spends his turn looking worried and just like examining the room, going, I don't know what to do about that. Because like he's holding his numbers on, but as far as he knows, like stunning, you couldn't set it off. It's like, and so he just like shuffles back in his space a little bit. Dr. Charles, please make me a physical effect save.
This one's not gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say this one's not gonna end as well.
You did so well evading the large amount of damage that could have been dealt to you, though.
Yes.
Wouldn't the explosion push all the gas away?
Maybe.
Or vacuum it out the door.
Yeah, it's
Well-
called concussive decompression.
Well, there's potentially just as much gas in here as there is in there, so there's not much of a difference in terms of quantity.
Hang on. When
Yeah.
we level up, are we meant to change our physical saves?
When you make it,
levels up to a certain level.
yeah. So as an expert, your saving throws will change when you hit level 5.
Okay, cool. Just curious.
I think-
haven't ever. So I'm
That's all
just
good.
like,
I think if you're a warrior, it changes when you hit level 4 or is it level 3.
Doesn't matter. We can worry about that afterwards.
Yeah.
But
It'll be okay. You guys haven't leveled up yet. So, Dr. Charles, you are also beginning to feel the sleepy time effects of this gas as it's swirling around you.
Yeah. Would I know if my ability would stop that?
Interesting. Can your ability purge toxins and other illnesses from your
Let me
body?
Just read it up. I will get back to you. Other than that, I will try and open the door, seeing as half of it's been removed.
Okay. That being the case, make me an athletics roll with strength.
it's metal and hot.
Yeah.
Probably be careful.
Yeah, I was gonna say. My athletics and strength is not very good.
That's true.
But it's a general
However,
success.
It was 12
Kathleen did deal 12 damage in one shot, so you kind of like woozily and gingerly walk up to the door and just kind of go and just lean in on it, and it just hinges open, and you like stagger out. You are free to move about the chamber.
At that point, I'm like, as I'm like getting out, I'm like, need air.
Oh yes. Now we are going to move over to Far's aid. She is actually kind of. I feel like she's a bit less immediately convinced, and just kind of yells, "Self-destruct? What do you mean self-destruct? Whoa, why would you blow yourself up? That's ridiculous!" And she just spends her turn disagreeing with your logic.
I'd rather die than be a slave. Thank you.
The answer to that is also no.
Okay, good to know.
I need a different ability.
And with that, it is back to Locky.
Fidget.
No, Locky.
Yes. I am going to try and lift the door.
Okay. Please make me an athletics roll with strength.
Alrighty. Yes.
Okay, very nice. You holster your mag pistol, like spit on your hands, step forward, and adopt like a powerlifting stance. You're able to kind of forcibly get your fingertips under the door, prime up a little bit, push them in, and so that's one success. You have your hands under the door and are beginning to open it. And as soon as you do, you can see the gas swirling around your feet begin to pour out.
Yes.
Okay.
Carolina, get over here. Bring a chair or something to shove under it once we get it up.
She has one better.
Okay, next up, it is the bad guys. While Far's aide is standing there just verbally berating you, these two guys who are standing there just look a bit like, this isn't worth my paycheck in the...
I don't get paid enough for this shit!
Kind of like, so, like, the two of them do both kind of give off body language of...
If it helps, I'm going to start having, like, a countdown of beeps that go boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, they do panic and kind of back up a little bit, and that is exactly the window you were hoping for. So can you make me an athletics roll with strength? Just kind of like burst out and push your way past this guy who's in your way.
Oh, I'm hoping this goes well.
Fingers crossed. It's a really good plan.
You, man.
Oh, let's see how he does. Okay. You do kind of like charge forward and push. I'd say you make
got
it.
A gun in my hand, yeah.
Yes, you got a gun in your hand.
Okay.
So
he's gonna.
Here's what I think happens. I think you shoulder your way forwards, and because you were physically tensing for this, your burst of speed pushes you forwards, and you end up here. But he saw you going to run and kind of just reached out with his gun and kind of like hooked you and just like slowed your momentum and held you in place a little bit. You're still on the threshold, but for the time being, he has like stopped you from completing the rest of your dash. Now, Dimitri. I assume after you mangled the vent system, you just jumped up on the bed.
Pretty much.
And I feel like, considering what you've done to the ventilation system and being above the gas, I'd say you're fine. You're good for making saving throws as long as you stay on the bed.
Oh, no, I'm happy to stay on the bed. I'm just going to yell at, hey, I'm fine. I've disabled the gas, and I'm okay for the moment. Just help him, I guess.
Okay. That being your turn, Pim.
Cool. So he's holding me, yeah?
He's kind of reached out with one arm and is like attempting the beginnings of some kind of military hold on you. Yes.
Cool. So he's not going to attempt to dodge or move in any way, shape, or form.
You wouldn't expect so. No, he's trying to manhandle you.
Cool, because he's right up close. I'm just going to shoot him.
Okay. I feel like these specific circumstances, if you fire on him, consider his armor class to be 9.
Okay.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, come on.
Oof, a doof. Okay, unfortunately, you do shoot him. Yes?
I'm still going to make my attempt to run away, though.
Yeah, sure thing. You shoot him, and the shot is just absorbed by the front of him. Make me an athletics roll, but with dexterity, since you're trying to like wriggle out of his grasp, and he's gonna do the same to try and keep you in place.
Don't be mean.
6.
That was mean.
7.
Ah.
He keeps you there.
Quick, who wants to give me a reroll?
On that.
Well, I have 4 people trying to stun baton me.
Yes. Now, the question is, do you continue your initiating self-destruct and loud beeping after you start to run away?
Yes. I'll even start having my eyes flash red and my joints start to fizzle up a bit.
You're really trying to sell it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Darius, it is your turn.
Yep. The check, I presume.
Yes, indeed. You've got your cloth, so do it at advantage once again. First one whiff, second one whiff. Okay. You receive another healthy dose, so you now have a -2 to your ability checks and a -4 to attack rolls.
I sort of fumble through my gear now, because I'm obviously like, shit. Originally I was under the impression Locky was going to get me out. But now that's probably not happening. So I'm going to throw my data phase tap roughly against where the vent is and see if it's probably going to be an electronic opening mechanism. So I'm going to use the data phase tap to tap into the line and try and quickly hack it.
Okay, you can pull it open and can very easily see the place where you need to place the line shunt to attempt the hack, and you can begin to do a hasty one right now.
Yep.
So, make me a computer roll with intelligence.
That's not modified. I assume that gets a -2, and I'm going to roll it again.
Okay, yeah, that does get a -2, so use your expert ability to re-roll. I do not think that is going to be sufficient.
Cool.
You're just like standing there aggressively hacking away. Make me another roll, please.
Of what?
Computers with intelligence, because if you fail a hack, you need to roll again with the same DC to see if your hack is detected.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Okay. It is. Oh, dear me. You are having a challenging time in this room. Catalina, it is now your turn.
Okay.
Hang on, isn't a -2 7?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The DC would be 8 to attempt this hack.
Right, yep.
Yes. I believe so.
No, it's all good, I was just curious.
Yep, suppressing a system would be a DC of 8. So, Catalina.
She'll basically go to Charles. Charles, help the others. I'm gonna help Locky get this door open so we can get some air in. Ignoring the fact that he's probably already passing out.
He's like, I'll help you, sister.
Air. Like, all she's thinking of is air. We need air.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that I don't have a weapon to help anyone out of their room, and I can't hack it.
She
So
will.
I'm just sort of standing there like,
in that case, she will
"The fuck am
hand
I
you
gonna
her
do?"
plasma projector.
Oh.
Oh, this is not going to end well.
Be a good boy.
You
Charles is
know
gonna look
which
at this
end
weapon and
the
just go,
fire comes out of?
You break it, I
"Blows
break you.
myself the fuck up.
You break it, I break you. Now help the others, I help Locky. And she'll go and try and help him yank the door up.
Yep. Make me an athletics roll with strength.
Is that Barker or is that?
To lift the gun.
Yeah, to hold on to the. Oh, maybe.
Would this
Hey,
be
my strength
assisted
is not
because Locky's already lifting the door?
Yes, I'd say so. So
Sure,
you get a
plus
plus 1 to this.
7.
Okay.
Not bad.
You sidle up next to him, put your hands under the already opening door, and give it even more oomph. You think you've got maybe like this much space under the door now. Like if a person squeezed, they might be able to get through there.
This is where I want to get my, what's it called? Insta-pedal.
Oh, Insta-pedal.
Shove the battery in it.
Okay,
Stay open.
that's something that you can do on your next turn.
Alright,
because
that's what she's gonna do.
you've moved, you've done an action,
Yeah.
so next turn you can do that.
I'm just letting you
Now
know
is-
that that's what she was preparing to do, but the door wasn't open enough before.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Now it is Dr. Farr's turn. He kind of he looks at this whole situation, looks kind of bamboozled, and says, "What? Why would you try and self-destruct and run away? That doesn't make any sense." And that's his turn.
To save your lives.
Dr. Charles.
Beep boop.
I can turn it off. You
So-
cannot.
The question is, do I know which room people are in?
Not necessarily. But first, make me a physical effect save.
Ah, yeah, this one. Yeah.
Mhm.
This
It's okay. I'm sending you my blessing.
Okay.
It'll work.
Your feet. You're standing there holding this gun out in front of you. Or maybe it's two guns. You can't tell.
At this
Things
point,
are like
I don't
swaying.
care. I will move closer. Sort of like go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And I'm going to shoot.
That one.
Lucia's door.
Okay, you're gonna shoot Lucy's door. Okay.
So,
I will have to ask you, like, at this range and given that you're under the influence of some chemicals, to make me an actual attack roll,
oh god, this is not going to end well.
which does have a -4 to it because of your condition. However, the armor class is 9. So just put so I'm
It's not going to happen. Just roll the d20. It's not going to happen.
You're standing there with a gun, you aim, but you get confused about which gun you're seeing as the real gun, and you just shoot like a score across the wall just to the right of Lucy's door.
Yep.
Where's your attack roll?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, we
You did a GM roll.
Where's your attack roll?
How did I do a
Oh,
damn roll?
I don't know, I mean,
must
you...
have pressed the wrong thing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
he
For some
sent it to
reason
the
it said
DM.
to- Yeah.
So,
So
yes.
Rory can see. No one else.
Yeah.
I rolled a
Yeah.
5. Okay.
Roll a 5.
Roll it again, goddammit.
I was not going to hit that.
No.
Oh, come on.
It technically ends up as a 0
Stranger things have happened.
because I have a -4 and then a -1 to energy weapons. I got 0.
I don't think you can actually succeed then.
So where did the shot go?
It just hit a wall. Besides, you have got a +9 because that's the armor class of the wall.
Oh, good
How
point.
much damage did he do to the wall? Did he make a hole in it to let air in?
Probably not.
Just- I was going to say, how thick are the walls?
I don't know.
Keep firing until there's a hole somewhere.
Okay. Next up, it is Farr's aide. She has basically she's come to the same conclusion as Dr. Farr, but hasn't had to vocalize it before she was prepared to do anything. So she just jumps forward and lunges out once again with the stun baton at Pim.
with someone on me.
Yes.
Okay.
Ba-ba-da-ba!
Oh no! Now we
They
definitely
don't care
need
about
a
their
reroll.
friends.
Nat 20 time.
Let's see this damage.
That's definitely gonna hit. I think the damage for Stumbaton is 1d8.
Okay. It's not gonna drop me.
It's close though.
Ooh.
Max rolling twice. I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're
Okay,
not.
Pim.
You're not sorry. Don't pretend like
Sorry,
you're
not
sorry.
sorry.
You take 8 points of stun damage, Pim.
Okay, I'm on 2.
Okay. And just because there's a guy physically manhandling you, I'm going to say that he takes 4 points of stun damage just by the virtue of you being touching each other. And I like him trying
I hope that lessens his grip.
to wrestle you. Well, that's not quite how nerves work, unfortunately.
No, he'd actually tighten his grip. Being electrocuted.
Yes. Okay, so that is her turn. She just kind of scowls and says, "Oh, you're a crafty one, aren't you?" And now we are at the top of the round once again. Locky.
Yes. I kind of missed how much Catalina had managed to help out with the door. Could you give me a quick recap?
She has been able to get you maybe like a foot of space under the door now. Like you managed to get to about here. She now has it almost to a point where a person could roll under the door.
Okay. I'm gonna keep trying to lift it up and like try and get low enough to get my shoulder up underneath it as well.
Okay.
Give it extra force.
Make me another athletics roll with strength.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Solid. I think after that, and considering that you're being helped with Catalina, you are like your legs are mostly straight, and your body is slightly is somewhat horizontal, but you can position your shoulder underneath the door now, and it's now up high enough that for sure a person could roll underneath.
Does it feel like it's still trying to push back down, or is it just like this simple, like the magnetic seal is making it hard to push it up?
Yeah, it's not pushing down on you. Just it's taking time to work it up.
Okay, so if I was to step away from this now, it would stay up, is what I'm asking.
That you're not sure. It might begin to slowly work its way back down again, but it's not actively pushing on you.
Yep. All right.
Okay, that is your turn.
I will call it to Catalina. I've got it. You go help the others.
Okay. The bad guys are beginning to catch on just a little bit, and this guy is going to continue to attempt to subdue you. So make me an athletics roll, please.
Might actually beat him on this one.
Yeah, you just might.
Is that the one who just got shocked?
Yes, he did. Oh, okay. It's tied. I feel like it makes sense that if you guys tie on a roll, the status quo is maintained. So you don't make any progress, and neither does he. It's just he spends his turn struggling with you and making no progress.
He didn't let go because he got shocked?
No, I mean if you get shocked, your fingers and muscles contract in a grasping motion.
Yes, but usually the next instant is to go, fuck, that hurt.
Potentially. However,
Well, that's what I did the last time I touched an electric fence.
he may have been shocked before.
What? That's what the cow did too when it touched the tree. It went, "Zzz."
Yeah, but
Don't touch an electric fence, you dippy.
the shock has gone away. This guy behind him is just gonna push his way past Dr. Farr and basically just stand right there. And
He
he's
just
gonna.
moved past me.
Yes, he did.
Attack of opportunity?
Doesn't exist in the rule set.
Damn it!
Yeah. Unfortunately, not. Dimitri. You're doing good. You're on a bed.
Can I attempt to cut a hole in the wall?
With your monoblade?
Yes.
Certainly. You can bounce up to the head of the bed and try and stab at it. Make me a combat primitive roll, please.
Combat what?
Primitive.
Oh, sure.
It's in the first line of skills.
Yeah. Strength?
Yeah, I think so. Strength makes sense. Okay, you have your monoblade in front of you, and you are just beginning to like score grooves into the wall. It seems that once you get past the like nice pleasant plaster of the interior, there is metal beyond it, and you can start to score into it because of the monoblade, but this could take you some time.
What else do I have to do?
Yeah, fair enough. Pim, it's your turn.
Wrestle free and shoot the dude in front of me?
Come
By
on,
all
Pim,
means.
You can do it.
It's a struggle. Ding!
Hey!
Okay,
Nice.
you are able to wrestle free of the grasp of this guy. Are you shooting him or the dude behind him?
I'm shooting the dude in front of us
Okay.
in such a way that if he doesn't dodge, if he's gonna dodge, he needs to dodge to the side to let me pass.
So this guy then. Okay.
Yeah.
Make me an attack roll.
Oy. His armor class is 7, wasn't it?
4. Wait, actually, yeah, it was 7. These are just regular facility guards.
Be good to me. Ah, yes, finally.
Good hit. Roll damage.
Let's see, what's the damage again? It's 2d6
You get a
plus
plus
2.
7.
Oh, wow, nice.
Because that's his armor class.
Ah.
Damage. Ooh, he's dead.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna make my run.
That is exactly the number you need. You just pull out your mag pistol, unload, and you just drop like a sack of potatoes. With your
Members of the gloved Molotov, I am under attack from 4, now 3 assailants. Dr. Farr and Farr's aide are among them.
you can make it to about here with your movement speed.
Cool.
Thank you, being a Voyager.
Okay. Darius, please make me another physical effect save with advantage.
Yeah, considering my physical, I reckon I'm out.
We'll see.
I'm unconscious.
You are definitely unconscious, unfortunately.
Oof.
You begin to feel it just weighing on you. Unfortunately, this cloth attached to your face just isn't doing enough, and since the door hasn't really been opened properly, and it's a small space, you just kind of roll backwards and just collapse onto your bed and are unconscious. Catalina.
Right, I'm going to grab the Insta panel, shove the battery in it, let it do its thing, and go and look behind me at Charles and go, oh, for fuck's sake.
You left a doctor with a heavy weapon.
She's
What do you
going to
want?
Snatch her weapon back from him and go, you're useless, and shoot the door in front of her.
Well, you've used your action to deploy the insta panels, so you've gone back, collected your.
Yeah, no, that's fine,
Weapon.
but she's going to get ready to shoot.
Yes, she's prepared to shoot next turn.
Yeah.
Indeed. Mikhail? Yes. Okay. So you slap the type A power cell into the panel and throw it down in front of you. Immediately, this small, unassuming box just expands into this large sheet of metal that kind of that becomes wedged against the corner of this door and hits down on an angle diagonally against the floor, and just by the sheer force of it popping open, it's probably doing a pretty good job of keeping the door open.
Maybe not forever, but it'll at least delay it.
Indeed. Now it is Dr. Farr's turn. He sees this has happened and just like he is gonna pull out a compass and say and begin to say something in Cantonese into it, and that's his turn. Dr. Charles, please make me a physical effect save.
If you pass out, I'm gonna pass you through the toilet or something while you're asleep.
So just quiet.
You
so fucking close.
One. You hit the floor and are now also unconscious.
For fuck's sakes.
You just can't keep it together anymore. You did so much work to just get that machine built, and you're just like, maybe sleep's a good idea. And you just curl up in a ball on the floor and fall asleep. You just cannot help yourself.
As I'm going down, I sort of like look at Catalina as I'm like kneeling on the floor and just like keep Farr alive, and then just
She just like tisks and like, and then shoots. Well, when her turn comes, shoots.
On her turn. Well, now it is the turn of Farr's aide. She sees that Pym is now sprinting away. She just
after just having shot someone, yeah.
She regards this dude next to her, goes pulls his sidearm from his holster, and just lines it up and tries to take a shot at you from where she is.
I laugh.
It hits this point on the corner as you run past, and just like sparks fly as this stun bolt is discharged harmlessly. And she just goes, ugh!
That sounds such a bitch. Jesus.
Now, Locky, it's your turn.
That's why I said didn't keep Farr's aid alive. Farr alive. Farr's the one I need.
Alright, so I feel like I could probably like step away from the door and it will only slowly move down.
Yes.
Can I see anything nearby that I could possibly wedge under the door?
Catalina has wedged an insta-panel under the door, so it should be good. It's about a third of the way open, but any of you could get under there quite easily.
Yeah, so that should be enough to hold it up, though.
Yep, and the gas from this chamber is beginning to escape in earnest.
I'm gonna actually just hightail it, run straight towards where I think Pym is.
Okay. Where you saw him last. Let's see if you use your entire move to do it. It's like 3, 7.5. No, you can get to about here.
All right. Yep. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Full Terminator sprinting around the corner. As you spin around the corner, you see some people.
No.
Hello. They are kind of like they are fussing with gurneys.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have like a few of them lined up next to them and are themselves wearing gas masks. I guess you think these are the people who were sent to collect your unconscious bodies once the gas had done its work.
Do they look soldier or medical?
They look soldier.
Okay. Does it look like they see me yet? Or are they...
you've like just made it around the corner. They haven't really had a chance to react yet.
Alright. Because I was going to say, if it looked like they hadn't seen me, I was going to, rather than take that last step forward, I would jump back around the corner.
Well, if you made it to this square here, I think you would have been like about to break around the corner and see them. So if you want to just hold off and back up a little bit,
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Yeah, by all means.
Yep.
Okay. Now it is their turn. You, Locky, see these guys kind of just fussing. It seems the one of the guys has let some of the straps used to hold down patients get all tangled up, and like the guy on the right is just kind of like berating the guy on the left, just like gives him a swat across the back of the head. It's like, and basically, well, he's speaking Cantonese, so you can't really tell what he's saying, but the essence is no, not that, like this, and kind of just like tries to untangle them himself. Back over here, this guy who was shocked is gonna look at as far as Aiden, just look like, oh, and he's gonna make one final shot at Pim. And I say a pew pew. Your armor class again, Pim?
4.
That's not enough. His roll was all totted up at 18. So close. He kind of like after he takes the shot, he steps out of the doorway, but over your shoulder you can see that he hesitates, as though he's also been tasked with protecting these two, and while he looks at the red, he doesn't pursue you further. Dimitri.
The gas that's in dimension usage is just hanging around on the floor.
For now, the gas in your room is lingering, because while you've stopped the flow, there isn't really a place for it to go.
So that's a physical effect save.
Is there a existing vent above me?
I think that would be, yes.
Any chance I can crack into that instead?
If Pim can try it, so can you. But by all means, try and jump up to reach the ceiling to punch through.
What am I doing? Just an athletics one?
Yeah, athletics with strength or dexterity, whichever you'd rather.
Strength.
Okay, you're kind of like jumping up and down on the bed with your blade. You are able to knock the grate of the air conditioning system up and out a bit, but you can't quite reach it yet. Okay.
Cool.
Pim,
that's fine.
It is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna make a mad dash.
Okay, just sprinting.
Now, because I'm in my Voyager, I would have a pretty good map of this complex in my head, considering I've accessed their computers.
Probably. Also, you've walked in and out of this place before, so you know more or less where you go.
I also was around when Farr's aide was suggesting the sleep rooms, yeah?
Yeah.
So I would know the general area of said sleep rooms.
Yeah, like as she was describing them, she made like unconscious gestures in a direction because she knows that's where they are, and you can recall that.
Cool. I'm gonna head towards them.
Okay, I think you can make it to around here with your if you do nothing but run. And sorry, I say again.
Just saying I was en route to their location.
Okay. As you sprint forward, you also see these two guys just faffing about with the gurneys. It's like...
I've spotted two people in the corridor near the beds. They are roughly 43 meters away.
Nice. Okay. Darius, you're asleep. I'm sorry. Catalina.
will try and shoot and open the door that Dr. Charles was attempting before he passed out. So.
This one, yes.
Lucia's door. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She doesn't know who's in there, but
Yeah.
she knows that's the one he was trying to aim at, so she'll shoot that one.
You are not affected by the gas because you're all good. So just roll damage.
Yep. I'm just adjusting my ammo. I'm halfway through my clip.
Aren't you glad you gave it that mod?
Oh yeah, really glad.
You think that Dr. Charles didn't calibrate the gun correctly during his shot and dumped a bit too much plasma, so your shot was a bit feeble.
What did you do? Oh, you're passed out, right? Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm such an annoyance.
That's what your head says, but your body just says.
She's just like, so, because Catalina is used to like, very like, okay, it's panic mode, shit's going down, make actions happen, like, forget everything else, just do until you can't do anymore. Because that's the way she's had to deal with situations, so she doesn't understand the whole panic.
I certainly do enjoy it when people do the doo-doo, absolutely. Now it is the turn of...
Oh, I'm eloquent.
Of Dr. Farr. He can I mean, you actually don't know what they're doing anymore because you've just run away. You might be able to hear some echoes from the chamber. So you hear Dr. Farr like shouting in Mandarin. And after that you can hear boots. And you see this guy poke his head around the corner. He's not able to shoot you because he spent his entire turn running. Well, actually, no, it's not his turn. Never mind. You just hear Dr. Farr shouting, and that's it. Dr. Charles, you're asleep. I'm sorry.
Is the gas clearing out of that room at least now that the door's open?
Somewhat, yes, but it's already had its way with you.
Yep.
Yeah. Consent.
Far's aide is at this point going to, and she is actually. Can she run that far? Here. Whoop. Yes, she can. She like beats feet, and you can hear her behind you, Pim.
Yeah.
Top of the round once again, Locky. You have seen these dudes.
Mm-hmm.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna basically run. Can I get to him and still be able to shoot?
To one of these guys, absolutely.
Alright, I'm going to run straight up to one of them and fire in their back.
Okay.
Like, put the gun to their back and shoot.
Make me an athletics roll with strength, but do it. I'm just going to keep on using this. Do it with advantage because they are for sure not expecting this.
Okay. Well, that's a success.
Absolutely.
And
See,
then...
you can do better.
Nope.
That's also a success. It's a double success.
Indeed. even your lowest roll isn't enough, so they're just standing there, like bickering, and too late. This shadow appears above them, and you just like take a shot. Roll damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the pistol still.
Yeah, the pistol.
There's 2d6
So
plus
that's
2.
11 damage to the back of one of them.
He's dead.
This large
All over the wall.
magnetic
You just
discharge just erupts from your gun, and the hold you had him in, he just goes limp in your arms. You can like, toss him aside.
Use him as a shield. Fuck it.
I mean, yeah,
stun bullets.
Yeah, I think I actually will use him as a shield for the moment against the other one, seeing as the other one's going to have time to react.
Fair enough. So this guy is. Hang on.
Just toss him at him. Catch your friend. Ugh.
There you go. dead. Okay, and now it is their turn. This guy who's kind of fussing with the gurney hears the shot, spins around. There's fear in his eyes. He grabs his rifle from the gurney he was faffing with, brings it round, and just tries to shoot you. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have him roll a d6 first and foremost to see who of the two of you he hits. 1 to 3, it's the body. 4 to 6, it's you. Okay, he shoots his dead friend.
That's just rude.
That's terrible.
Yep. Panics, unloads the shot. From what you can see, he's using live rounds.
Yep.
So it's just... oh, God.
Well, he wasn't dead before. Definitely.
He is now. Dimitri.
Oh, I'm trying to get into the thing.
Yes, you're trying to jump and escape.
You can do it. Don't fall asleep.
This ghost.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, one of the people that keeps falling asleep in real life is one of the people who didn't fall asleep in the game.
Good.
It makes no sense.
I think you can probably get to a similar position of Pim where your head and arms are in the vent and the rest of your body is just dangling. As your turn for this one.
This
is progress.
Swing my legs around to make a tornado with gas, yeah?
You can certainly try. Pim, it is your turn.
Right. So the guy who just shot at Locky, or should I say Locky's the dead friend, I'm going to shoot at him. I'm within range.
You definitely are.
What's his armor class?
His armor class is 7.
Nice!
Oh, you definitely hit. Roll damage.
Nice.
Damn,
He's also dead.
Hooray!
Lucky,
So,
I have eyes on you.
We're gonna murder everyone in this facility, aren't we?
So
no.
We're gonna
Kill them
murder
all.
everyone in this
I'm also
facility, aren't we?
going
Fuck
to run.
Everyone's free game except for Farr. I need him.
I'm running.
Okay,
was
we
it
only
10
kill him a little.
It's okay. Catalina has her stun gun for that.
Oh no! After I've saved Locky's friend, he's fucking dead.
You're unconscious.
Everything the doctor stands for.
You're unconscious. You can't do anything about making decisions as I can't.
So there.
He did, as he was passing out, say, "Don't kill Farr."
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I said I don't think anyone's going to stop Locky when Tazi's in.
Pretty much. You just gotta hope
Yes,
I
that
get
means-
without him, I'm not sure I can save Tasi.
Mm-hmm. Darius, you're asleep. Catalina,
Yep, I'm gonna have at that door again. I'm gonna be like,
by all means. Again, roll damage.
Sorry, I
Max
have
roll.
so
Max
many
roll.
things open. I'm just trying to like navigate
Okay.
everything. Oh, for fuck's sake, I'll use it.
I think at this point you should probably stop bothering with the doors.
Yes! Max roll!
Not quite, but I'd say with all that together, the door just completely buckles inwards, and you see Lucia still under the covers, fast asleep, surrounded by gas.
Catalina's gonna look and just like, okay, next door. She can't do anything about it. The one on the floor asleep behind her is the only one that might know what to do. Catalina would just
having a-
slap them and hope they wake up. She's
You just
just,
slap. I wanna see you slap Barker. It'd be great.
I mean, she will.
Wake up, slap.
She will.
You didn't wake up,
Once she
slap.
gets everyone out of their rooms.
One damage. You have killed Charles with slapping.
Yeah, and then she'll move on to the next door.
Sure thing. Dr. Farr is next. You don't really know what he does. Dr. Charles, you're asleep.
I'm asleep.
Sorry. Far's aide. She is going to try and shoot at you, Pim, because she's definitely within range. She misses.
She's a shit shot.
Yes,
She's a medical aid.
they're all pretty bad.
Pistol training's not usually in there. You know,
And she's going to keep
daily
running
activities.
after
Yeah,
you.
that was my thing. And then remember what I did to that drone?
Even for a member
I'm
of the
not sure what
CCP.
you're trying to do by shooting the air around me.
Locky, your turn.
To shoot or to monoblade? That is the question.
Well, the guy in front of you that you're still holding is dead.
Yes.
Double dead.
PRC.
You can just run towards Pim and try and save him. No.
I'm gonna shoot the guy in front of me.
Sorry, hang on.
He's dead.
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
I shot him.
I'm
He's
gonna
dead.
run
He ain't
and. I don't think I could safely take a shot without risking shooting at Pim, so I'm just gonna double dash.
Okay. You can make it about there.
Alright,
Or
done. I'm gonna go here.
Locky is here. You are so fucked now.
Alright.
Oh boy. Okay. Guard's turn. He has heard the. Oh. Wait.
Oh, no, never mind. This is a separate door.
Okay. Boo-ba-da-bee-boo, ba-ba-da-bee-boo. Yep, he can make it to about here. This guy also beats feet and makes it around the corner. Can't do anything else except run, but ends his turn around Far's aid. Locky, I think if you make it to there, you can see some more dudes standing down near the end of the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
They hear you running and just kind of both turn around. I see you running forward with a gun. They both take shots at you.
Yep.
So.
Does he still have the body shield?
No, I probably wouldn't have had my shield with me, but I would still be in my power armor. Not my power armor, my armor.
Your regular armor, that means the first attack hit, but the second attack missed.
Yep.
These guys are just using regular laser rifles, so it's a D10 damage. 2 damage is dealt to you as you sprint forward.
I thought he was in trouble.
There is a sear of laser energy that just grazes across your arm. You can feel the pain, but just don't care.
Yep.
Okay, Dimitri, you continue to jump up into the vents, Die Hard style.
Catalina's going to shoot down my door and find nobody inside.
Yep, pretty much.
I want this one, and I want that one.
If you know you can't help anyone, why are you bothering breaking down doors?
Okay,
so that
you
I
are
can be free and I can let the gas out of the rooms.
you are able to completely get clear of the entrance and are now in the ventilation shafts of this building.
Also, Catalina doesn't know that Locky or Pim are not okay. Like,
True.
You would be on the compad.
yeah, well,
should
as
be able
far
to hear
as
them
she knows
shooting.
that Pim...
And no, he's reportedly been in combat with 4 assailants like 3 times.
I know, and Locky is looking after him, so in her mind, she has full confidence that he'll look after her.
Alright.
From where you are, Dimitri, you can see that the vents extend out ahead of you forwards and seem to like about 10 to 50 meters in branch off at a T intersection to both the left and the right.
I'm going to guess that there's a vent where that cross section is.
Yep. And just start like commando crawling.
Yeah.
Okay, sure thing. Pim, It's your turn now. You've
Stop
seen...
turn, shoot the guard.
Shoot the guard? Okay, make an attack roll.
What the fuck?
Yes!
What's with the 20s tonight, man?
Nice.
You're not gonna double damage.
I'm very okay with it. No, there's no crits for that in
Oh,
the
he's
system.
dead anyway.
Yes, actually he is, because he'd taken damage previously from touching you during the grab. He just gets... He just takes the shot, center mass, and just crumples onto the ground.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Can I
He
take
was
this moment?
Yeah.
Can I take this moment? As soon as I've done that, I'm then going to point the gun to Farr's aide and say, 3 shots, 3 kills. Would you like to be the 4th?
God. That is terrifying. Okay. It's your turn, Catalina.
Wonderful. I'm gonna shoot the next door down.
Shoot the next door. Roll damage. Eight damage. A decent impact has been made. If you ram your shoulder into it, you could probably get it open.
She'll do that.
Okay, sure thing.
Next turn, or
I'd allow you to do it as part of your move action.
okay, and she'll just
So-
ram the door.
Yeah. Just roll me athletics with strength. See how much power you put into it. Oof.
It's okay.
You continue to help and can see, and I think you've made enough of a gap to be able to see inside the chamber. There's a pretty decent amount of gas in there right now. Is all you can see.
Okay.
Darius, you're asleep.
Can I look behind me and see if the door is closing from the is the insta panel still holding it up?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Okay.
So for now, you're all good. Darius is doing the snoozles. Dr. Farr is doing something. Dr. Charles, you're asleep. Farr's aide, seeing the tide turning, is actually going to step back and end her turn around here. But as she goes around the corner, she's going to make one more shot at him, which misses.
Man, what have they got it in for Pim for? Damn!
Well, Pim is pretty special.
It's time
Pim should stalk her.
to get to the omnipotent.
Pim should stalk her. Kill the silly bitch.
What was that, Mikhail?
Locky, we need to get to the omnipotent. It is the only way for us to be safe in close proximity.
Agreed. It's time to open a case of Vesuvius.
That is also where Dr. Farr is. 2 birds, 1 stone.
Are you still broadcasting?
Yes.
Catalina will respond with that, saying, Charles said don't kill the doctor. He needs him alive. I assume.
Acknowledged.
Alright, I'm going to ignore the 2 guys down there and just, run flat out to Pim.
Sure thing. You can probably make it past Pim as well if you want.
Yeah. It's time to get to the omnipotent.
Yeah, get around there.
It's time to bring out the spike thrower too.
Okay.
It's time to bring out the big guns. Dropping.
Time to bring out all the guns.
Since you've run past, these 2 guys don't have anything else but to just come running. You can hear the sound of their boots stomp behind you, but you don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Dimitri, you are in the vent. I'm going to say because you are commando crawling, your speed is halved. So if you just crawl, you can make it to around there on your turn.
Oh. If I can do that, can I push out the vent or something?
Yeah, I think if you get there, you can smash the vent open and just send the grate falling onto the ground in front of you and call down.
Sure. Hello?
Okay.
Is there anybody down there in the gas?
Where are you?
In the vent?
He's above you in the ventilation system.
I was confused because I didn't quite catch up because I'm like tracking so many things and you didn't move your character, so I was
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
Suddenly a vodka bottle just
Dub,
dropped
this is
from the
Dimitri.
vent.
I'm in the ventilation rat. I feel in the ventilation rat. Yes, I feel like a rat. I'm in the ventilation shaft.
Catalina is very confused.
That's great.
Do not
Next up,
be like American. Look up.
Pim, your turn.
I'm going to keep pace with Locky, but have my gun trained behind him. I will cover your frontal assault.
Okay.
So I'm going to keep pace with him. So whatever space he's occupying, I'm going to occupy the space just behind him.
Okay. So you step there and are basically just readying in action to keep pace with Pim, which is fine. So when he moves, so shall you. Catalina, you can, I'm just going to say you can shoulder down the door just fine. Like, with the amount of damage you've put in, and you can see that Darius has this, is shirtless, has his wet shirt, tied around his face, and is kind of crumpled up on his bed, holding some kind of weird piece of technology that's just flashing.
She's gonna be mildly alarmed at this, and go, Dimitri, get down and help me drag them out. And she's actually gonna go get Darius first out of all of them and drag him out to the hallway because she doesn't want him to drown himself in his shirt. Or electrocute himself because his face is wet. I don't know. She's just a bit concerned. So yeah, she's gonna pull the shirt off and actually spend her turn dragging him out into the hallway out here.
So you can pull him to about there with your turn, considering you also shoulder the door open.
That's her whole turn. So she's
yourself
just
with
gonna
a wet
drag him
shirt.
around. Huh?
You can't drown yourself with a wet shirt.
She doesn't know this.
But you've got to also remember, she doesn't know what's happened, so she just sees your head wrapped in a wet shirt, and you're holding.
She just sees you trying to waterboard yourself.
She has no idea. She's just
You need a lot more water than a damp piece of cloth.
Oh,
to
I know.
waterboard.
I know this.
I know, but in
Right.
the moment, she doesn't think of that. She just goes, "I'm really concerned. I'm gonna take him outside, and hopefully he's not dead."
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's this thing called checking a pulse.
Yep.
You know what? That could be the difference between him being alive or not. She doesn't know the effect of this gas. She wants to get him out to fresh air first, and then check his pulse.
Indeed. And that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Darius, you're asleep. But you're being dragged. So I feel like part of you can feel the jostle of being pulled along. Dr. Farr, at this moment, you all hear... Yeah?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
How unconscious am I? Am I unconscious as in brain dead, asleep unconscious, or unconscious as in paralyzed and drunk unconscious?
I'd say you are asleep.
Okay, because it does make a difference.
Okay.
But if drone is still sitting in the room, that's all.
Yeah, fair enough. Dr. Farr, at this stage, you all hear the crackling of an intercom system come on, and it says, "All right, stop now. I have your nurse and your friend. Surrender now, or I'll kill them both." And that is where we're going to end it for this session.
Ah!
Oh, I hate you so much right now.
We were going into the weapons.
Sorry, guys, it's 10:30, and that was too good not to do.
You're so rude.
Oh, we're gonna play longer. Yeah. No, here's a good fucking, cliffhanger.
Yep.
Gotta have the cliffhangers.
So just close it there. And what's great is that thanks to Roll20, we can just leave everything as it is, including the turn order, and just jump right back in next week. It's okay, guys. Wasn't this fun? Didn't you guys have a good time?
Sure, I
don't know
love
what you
crawling
have
around in
Why
the
do you
ventilation
have out
shafts.
is what I want to know. It's like everyone else, you will get
That's why I
put to
mute my
sleep with a
microphone.
gas that doesn't kill you.
What?
On mine, it's
This is why I
you
mute
get
my
4
microphone.
people trying to stun your ass.
Well, you can't be put to sleep.
Well,
But
it can.
your armature can be shut down by damage.
Okay. When I get into that fucking oh yeah, by the way, Ash came up with an awesome thing for when Pim and Pim are operating the suit, the Pim lock maneuver. I was like,
That's
that is
great.
so damn good. But yeah, as soon as we get into that assault suit, fucking yeah.
It's going to get very scary.
For someone else.
The way this is going,
we have your friend.
Farr's, like, once I find out what's happened, Farr's pushing my patience to the point where the way I end him will not be nice.
What's that? You can pull his part up,
The
brain
thing is,
apart from the inside?
to Charles, Farr has now put one of his patients in danger because he now can't treat Locky's friend. Farr has put her in danger.
Oh, actually, I thought it just occurred to me. Before we go, Pim, can you please make me a luck save?
Okay. With my Voyager, obviously.
Yes. Well, it's the same regardless. You didn't finish the machine.
Damn it.
That's okay.
I'm sorry,
You're pretty
man. I
close.
tried.
Okay, we will be back with whatever the hell happens after we finish this next
I'm
week.
so mad.
That's a save. Actually, hang on. That's a
Yes?
save. I can reroll.
Can you? How? Oh, yeah,
The
it's a Voyager. Yeah, the Voyager has that ability. Yeah. Do the thing.
Come on.
You finished the machine!
A
Good job.
machine!
And the machine.
The
Like,
machine!
I can reroll any saving throw once a day.
Good point. Very good point. Okay. With that, I think, yeah, we're going to wrap it up, say goodbye. Is there anybody else out there to raid at the moment?
Yes, actually, Dave, who he supports us actually quite a bit. He pops in
Excellent.
all the time. Sorry, the cat's walking all over my my laptop. He comes and supports us all the time. Pops in, promotes us. He helps us out with some of our art and things like that. And he's currently streaming, and he's doing some artwork himself. So it'd be nice for us to support him in return, I think.
Excellent. I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do the thing.
Yeah.
As that gets all sorted out, has anybody got any remarks or comments on the events of this session?
Screw you.
What kind of doctor?
So,
I'm going to get you back, Rory.
Person in this building is about to die.
what was that statement I said to you earlier, Rory?
What?
The one about DMs and sadistic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
No, I love the game.
the DMs have to be sadistic. Just a little bit.
You're very sadistic.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I think.
yeah.
I was going to say, I think Farr is about to be spread all along the corridor.
He's gonna be jammed.
Thinly.
Yeah.
Preferably not until I've used him for what I need. And then
The moment me and
Locky
Locky
can do whatever the fuck he wants to do.
assault suit, that's it. It's tactical. He's got a bonus 1 to dexterity, which means a
Can
less chance of missing his shots, plus me shooting on top of him,
So, like,
and another 2.
Catalina's pretty angry right now, and she's at a point where how she wants to serve justice is infect him with nanobots and then feed him with, like, every level of steroids to keep him awake.
Oof. How about that self-destruct though?
That was good.
Good play.
Thank you.
Very good play.
Alright,
I
I'm
got it
gonna
off the
start the raid. I'm
Okay.
going to start the raid, guys.
Okay.
Send some
We will
love
see
to our
everybody.
friend Dave.
Bye. Very
We
well.
are reading in 2, 1, Toodaloo.
Bye bye.